compare how far apart the actual time is and the digital clock on the painting.
Let's get it started, boys. Let's get the counter going. Let's get the numbers up on to hit that line.
Hit that line, hit that line.
It's my daily vice.
Coach Broad's turning over in his grave. Think, how come I didn't think about that goal post out here?
I think he's probably rolling his eyes at because that's what I did when I saw that.
I know.
When I saw that yesterday, I rolled my eyes.
Got your piece of the goal post yet?
Rolled my eyes.
Did you connect to your what?
Uh-huh.
Hardee's.
God,
Good old
just gotta
Hardee's.
love a good Hardee's,
Man. When Hardee's is your primary morning show sponsor.
I don't know what that says. But it's
I
probably
know
not.
what it says. I know exactly what it says.
They got rid of the Hardee's in Siloam Springs.
Find me a Hardee's that does
It's
well.
down here now.
It's
Both of
terrible.
them are gone.
I used to love it as a kid. I used to love it.
It's freaking Hardee's, man.
Hardee's. Great breakfast. Great.
Oh, their biscuits and stuff are good, but you feel like when you go in there, you're like,
Where?
to a Hardee's. We're talking about all these Hardee's ads.
How about the Big Biscuit opening up down the street?
Yeah.
Here we go.
I'm going to ask you if you got your piece of the goalpost yet. Yeah, that's funny. Nope. Maybe someday we'll get one. Now look at all these cameras.
Yeah. Are we just still using that one though for now?
Yeah.
Flight. You got your piece of the goalpost yet?
Well, I did.
Did you order it yesterday?
Christmas, I was thinking of Christmas, and I was just
It's a
thinking.
wonderful
The
gift.
Arkansas, if you're not following the Arkansas Edge, it's missed opportunities. You got to know when the opportunities happen. The
I got a
NIL
text about it immediately yesterday.
NIL's taking a step forward. I'm attributing that to the Chuck and Bo show.
You think so?
All the way we've raised awareness. We've educated people on what it is, what it isn't, and I thought it was.
Well, you getting a cut of this? You getting a cut of this and I don't know about it? Are you one of the people that's going to sign the goalpost?
Listen, we are still working on our first endorsement deal for YouTube TV.
Okay.
And it hasn't happened yet, but I still have YouTube TV and I'm still paying for it.
That free milk and a cow thing?
But when it comes to goalposts, you don't have to get on the field and tear them down and cut them up yourself. Like back 25 years ago in 1999, that's what they did. And there was all this mystery about what happened to the goalpost, where it was. Now we know where the goalposts are. The Arkansas Edge has announced that you can buy a piece of the goalpost, secure your own piece of Arkansas football history with a section of the goalpost from the Arkansas-Tennessee game. Plus, they're offering 15 autographed goalpost pieces with signatures from Chuck Barrett,
No.
Bo Madden, Bart Pullman, and a variety of other fans.
That's in the $5 tier.
Signatures from Coach Pittman, Bobby Petrino, and Travis Williams, who's on the show today at 7:30, by the way.
Wow.
And all proceeds go to the Arkansas Edge NIL fund. This is a great idea. I heard people complaining about it yesterday. And I'm like, what are you complaining about? I don't understand. We have to check ourselves. We have to look in the mirror and we have to check ourselves. Can I just go on a life lesson moment here?
I wish you would.
When we complain, if somebody is not going to do it for us, hopefully you have an accountability partner in your life. We all need one, maybe more than one. But if you don't, look in the mirror and ask yourself, what is making me complain? What am I complaining about? What do I want the result of this complaint to be? I'll give you an example. When I'm driving and you're driving under the speed limit and you're in the left lane and you're not passing anybody, you're just clogging up traffic. That's a reason to complain.
It
There's
is.
an end result there that as you move over and traffic flows the way it's supposed to. When you're complaining that Arkansas is offering you an opportunity to have a piece of history and support NIL, what are you complaining about? They're not making you buy it. You don't have to purchase it to get into the game or turn on the TV or call the Chuck and Bo show. None of that's required. They're just giving you an opportunity. They're doing Christmas shopping for you if you can afford it. And so, yeah, I bought a piece of the goalpost yesterday.
Did you really?
Yeah, no.
Wow.
I'm thinking about it. I mean, I just don't know. I just don't know who I would send it to. But if you have
Keep it
somebody
for
that
yourself.
yeah, actually, you know what?
Put it in your office.
You know what? Let's just put our money where our mouth is, and we'll just
All right.
get a piece.
We're gonna buy one, put it in the
Let's do it
studio.
right now.
All right.
Can you go? You have
Order
a
it.
credit card?
Order it
You
out.
just order it right now.
Don't
Let's
use
order
mine.
a piece of the goalpost on the show today for $500.
Use Bo's or the company card.
We'll take it out of Chuck's
Yeah,
paycheck.
take it out of my paycheck.
We're gonna do a. You know what? We gotta get smarter on here. Like we should.
Every time we find one another, goes into the NIL fund.
I think our first live on location show is gonna be from the Arkansas Edge office. Why not?
Well,
These guys need support, man.
Here's-
They need help. They don't need criticism. They're just trying to do their job.
here's the key thing in what you said a minute ago. Nobody's making you do it. I mean, this is the way I view everything. There are certain things out there that I might like to buy and certain things out there that I can't afford. And you make a decision accordingly. And everything's relative in that respect. So, look, if you want to buy it, buy it. If you don't want to buy it, don't buy it. You're not less of a fan if you don't. And don't let anyone make you feel that way. And I think that kind of goes to the heart of some of this. Some of the complaints that I've heard from people are like, well, we can't afford to have that part of history. Well, here's the thing that I said to a couple of people yesterday. Why do you need, if you can't afford, if you're not going to spend that on a goalpost, which I understand. I mean, believe me, I'm not for a second suggesting someone should or shouldn't do it. But you were there. I see all the videos that you have on your phone and that you posted on the internet. And so everyone's going to have their way of remembering what happened on Saturday night. And if you want a piece of the goalpost, it's there for you to buy.
They're merely announcing it.
If you don't buy it.
They're merely announcing it. Just like this, here's the Slobber and Hog now. Okay, they raised $1 million for NIL. They had a matching offer of $500K. They got the other $500K thanks to all those who participated. Jordan Wright was big into it at Wright's Barbecue, and Justin Moore played his concert, gave all the money to NIL. And now you have the Slobber and Hog. Well, guess what else? What comes with that? This is smart. You got merch now with the Slobber and Hog. More merch with the Slobber and Hog. Bart said to me yesterday,
That's merchandise.
I'm going to buy that. You need to translate
No,
to the
I am.
upper crowd.
I'm talking to my people right
the
now.
younger-
I'm letting my people know that merch is short for merchandise.
That's right. Wait, decode that. Would you?
I am.
Thank you. And so now you have that opportunity. I don't hear people complaining that Arkansas has put hoodies on sale with the Slobbered Hog. They're like griping about that. Why you guys want me to buy another hoodie? No, it's just available to you.
The Slobber and Hog merchandise in basketball season will be the hottest seller. I got a pullover. I don't know what they did 3 or 4 years ago. They had some kind of brief period where they really marketed it. And I got a nice Nike pullover.
You would have
got that on.
You would have been upset yesterday if you had been scrolling through social media. I don't know if they're doing this on Facebook. You keep it on Facebook, but I
No,
check the
they
rest.
got bigger issues on Facebook. But
The number of people that are saying slobbering with the G on the end.
I know.
Now, you corrected me.
Yeah.
That'll never happen.
Well, you can tell how long somebody's been
Never.
around. You can tell how long somebody's been around by the way they refer to Slobber.
If you didn't watch the Hogs and if you didn't more.
If you don't say Slobber and Hog and say it like that, you weren't around back then. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but there's a certain way you say it.
Speaking of merch,
Yeah.
I saw on TikTok. Been on TikTok?
Actually, I have been on TikTok a little bit the last few days.
Brandon Allen made a TikTok.
I haven't seen that.
Niners backup quarterback Josh Dobbs, somebody else played for Tennessee. It's on the Niners.
I have seen that.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
I have
that-
seen that. Yeah.
And he's in the locker room handing out Arkansas gear they had to put on. I mean, that's great. To see Tennessee players, recent Tennessee players have to put on Arkansas gear.
Well, it showed me
That's
too
part of
that,
the fun.
these guys have a lot of pride where they play college football, and they're still fans. I mean, they're still young. We're under 25. Brandon's not, but most of them are. And, to have that going on, I think it's fun for people. We're under 25. We're under 25. We're under 25.
That's for you. It's
That's
an
right.
example.
That's right.
Pride. That now, as a Razorback fan, you're in conversations with people where otherwise you're like, yeah, I don't even know if I want to get into this. I don't even know if I want to have this conversation because we're just not very good.
I know.
Now it's like, hey, you better pay attention.
Well, it's, you've got a little something to
I mean-
talk about with your out-of-state friends and family.
Andrew Armstrong's on Feinbaum. Pittman's getting invited on national shows. He got invited on the Chuck and Bo show. He obliged.
Yeah. I'm sure.
T. Will's coming on the show today.
Hey, you can't ask for much more than that.
It's all happening right
That's
in
right.
front of you. Enjoy it.
That's right.
Enjoy
That's
it.
exactly right. Enjoy it.
Ryan's in Hot Springs. It's a Thursday morning. Ryan, you're on the Chuck and Bo show.
I don't disagree. It's a really popular logo. I like the idea of throwback uniforms. When they wore the throwbacks, it's been almost 10 years now, I think, since they wore those throwbacks against Alabama that time. And I like that stuff. I mean, I think it gives you something else to sell, but I also think fans enjoy it.
Yeah, what is it about the nostalgia and the retro that people love so much?
Because that's why we love sports. Because I could go into the James Earl Jones speech right now. It reminds us of all that was good. I mean, it does. It's why we love sports. Nostalgia is at the heart of every sports fan.
Thanks for the call, Ryan. 877-377-6963. Everything okay over there, Bart? Yeah.
Everything's great.
What's going on? A lot of things being plugged in, unplugged.
Everything's great.
We've been doing this for weeks now. What's happening? Did you get new desk?
Is
And
Bart on camera?
he's
Are
got
you on
one
camera,
pointed
Bart?
right at him.
Not at the moment. No.
Oh, okay.
We're
is that
we're
just
in
for your own personal use over there?
we're
or
in
what?
we're in the process
It's
of
pointed right at him.
of making some improvements and
Right.
changes.
It's here you and I are, and there's a camera over there. And then there's Bart over in the corner. I mean,
know.
he's 2 feet from a camera. It's like right in his face. He's like, if anybody's going to be prominently displayed, it's me and my freaking locks. I'm 11-3, baby.
Oh, yeah.
And I got a camera right here.
You got your locks ready for this weekend? I don't
right
want to
here.
get into them right now.
no,
but do you have your locks ready?
no, we're still cooking.
You
It's
know,
Thursday, right?
You know
It's
we got a
Thursday.
prima donna when he stops looking at us
I
and
know.
turns and looks directly into the camera.
Yeah.
As he's talking.
Yeah.
We're just over here.
You guys are better at that than I am. I tend to talk to you two guys, and I look over at Bo. I'm like, who's Bo talking to? And then I look over, who's Bart talking to? What, talking into that red light?
Well, what happens is I'm not actually looking at the camera. I was over there. I look at Bart
Do you
because
look at Bart?
I want to connect with somebody. And when I'm talking on the show and I look at you, you just turn like you literally like if we were sitting at a bar, you like turn your back to me. Like you're sitting right now, you like turn your back to me and talk to some random that you don't even know, as if to say I could give a damn about what you have to say, Bo. So then I look at Bart because he's looking at me and he's nodding. And I'm like I can speak then. I feel like I have an audience.
I understand.
You know,
what
back when we were kids, Chuck. You before me, but they would tell you when you started in radio, like get a picture of somebody you care about and just put it there by the
Nobody
mic
ever
and
told me
speak to them.
Nobody ever told me that. I've never heard that before in my life. I tend
Maybe
to,
that's when I was in prison. I don't remember.
I tend to turn to my left and talk to you, though. I tend to talk to Bo, and Bo talks to Bart, and
It's a bad habit. I got to look at you more.
Well, you know.
But I need you to look back at me.
Well, sometimes I do, sometimes I don't.
Right.
You know, sometimes
It's off-putting. It's distracting.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Let's go to Mountain Home. Tyler, good morning. It's Thursday. You're on the Chuck and Bo Show. Glad you're here.
Hey guys, I want to say that I've been part of the world's worst crowd of being unfairly critical of Hunter Yurchek and the NIL program, and I know that in the past it seems like it hadn't been just top notch, but with all the things that they're doing now, they're making strides in the right direction, and I think all these people that don't want to get on board or aren't wanting to participate were people that were never going to participate in the first place.
Yeah. Well, again, I think sometimes people just want to complain. And when you don't have any substance or you don't have any content or you're doing a show and you really don't have anything to say, you just gripe. You just gripe. And there's just so much more to do, so much more to talk about, so much more to explain, so much more to discuss. If you want to complain, that's fine. My question would be, why are you, like, what is the complaint about? What do you want to do about it?
I think the smart thing.
Sorry, that's just too logical.
No,
I apologize. Yeah.
I think the smart thing that they've done here, and I've always believed this, is that if you want people to give money, I mean, just give it, you've got to appeal to their emotions. The path to the wallet goes through the heart. I mean, you've got to be able to do that. You can't just say,
Baby
hey,
Billy.
Well, that's right, baby. I got a little Jimmy Swaggart in me now. You can't just say to someone, hey, give me your money. You know, we're going to pay these players and we might be good. You can't do that. We've seen that here. We've seen it at other places. You have to, because you're selling something. You know, I mean, when you break it down, you're selling something. You have to sell to people's emotions. This is sports. People lose their minds over this. People do the dumbest things in the world because of their love for their sports team. We're all idiots when it comes to what we will do for our sports team, good or bad.
Right.
Sometimes do to them. But that's the power of emotion. And when you look at what they're doing right now, people, for as long as, from the moment that they took Slobber and Hogg off the floor at Bud Walton Arena, there have been people complaining about it. There are people that have convinced themselves that the drought following Nolan Richardson is because they took Slobber and Hogg off the floor. There are people that believe that. That goes to emotion. It goes to people's heart. They've given them that back, all right? They didn't let you tear the goalpost down Saturday night, but they let you run on the field. And it was a celebration. And if you want a piece of it now, it's for sale. If you don't want to buy it, don't buy it. Now, the idea that you would buy a 6-inch piece of a goalpost for however many $100 they're charging.
$500.
$500.
Bart and I are on it right now.
$500 for a 6-inch piece of the goalpost. Now, does that defy logic? Well, of course it does. But that's what the power of emotion does as it relates to sports. I think it's smart from a marketing standpoint. Again, some people are going to like it, some people aren't. Now, I get that. And the idea that, you know, you do something like this for $500, I realize in some quarters that's distasteful. But, you know, college football crossed that distasteful threshold a long time ago. And you may not like it, but we're not going back. But I think what they're doing right now, appealing to people's hearts, I think this is what you have to do to make something like this work.
877-377-6963. That's the number. You can text, call. It's the Chuck and Bo Show. Good morning. Glad you're here. We'll maybe tell you what's going on in the world outside of the goalpost when we come back.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
All right, well, congratulations. Hey, Chuck, I made some good calls today. You sure did. You sure did.
First Security is about more than great banking. Yes, we provide the financial expertise, digital tools, and everything else you need when you need it. But we also go all in on local support with friendly professionals, plus convenient locations all across the state. Because we believe personal banking is better banking. Visit fsbank.com for details. That's fsbank.com for friendly, local banking with First Security. Bank better. Member FDIC.
I always
always enjoy talking about Weichert Realtors, the Griffin Company. If you followed my radio career, you remember they were partners on the original Sports Rap radio program over 20 years ago. We've done business together from an advertising perspective, but more importantly, they've been my partners in buying and selling homes. I'd recommend them to anybody. They're in Northwest Arkansas, the River Valley, and in Branson. Weichert Realtors, the Griffin Company, turning houses into homes since 1978.
It seems like everything is more expensive this year, but replacing your AC doesn't have to be. If you need to replace your AC this summer, before you commit, price check with Paschal. You can save money and use the professionals to replace your system. Enjoy the peace of mind knowing you chose the best option for your home. Visit gopaschal.com and with just a few clicks, see how much you can save with the Paschal price check. Paschal Air, Plumbing, and Electric.
Arkansas's one-stop automotive shop is right around the corner. Fayetteville Auto Park. FayettevilleAutoPark.com. Chevy, Toyota, Honda, Acura, Collision Center, all in one place. And if you're shopping pre-owned, Fayetteville Auto Park has you covered. With so many new cars sold, we always have a great selection of fresh trades. Why settle for anything less than the best? Fayetteville Auto Park, West Showroom Drive in Fayetteville. Proud sponsor of the Chuck and Bo Show.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Hey, I'm Salem Green, Arkansas, QB, and these two guys definitely have a face for radio.
Hey, Hog fans, this is Elizabeth.
This is Robert.
And this is Matt, and we're with the Stadium Shop on Razorback.
Folks, it's the most wonderful time of the year.
No, it's not Christmas yet.
No, Mom, he's referring to football season.
Oh, speaking of football, guess what we just got in?
Season tickets?
Sideline passes?
Well, close. We just started receiving the Nike sideline apparel like hats and polos.
Yeah, but did we get jerseys?
Yeah, we got both kinds, cardinal and white.
We also have youth and adult sizes.
That's great. People have been asking for that for quite some time now. Matt, by the way, I did some research, and there's no shot for going viral.
Oh, Lord. Mom, he's a goner.
Anyway, besides Nike, we also have Champion, Cutter & Buck, Tommy Bahama, and many other brands.
All at the largest Razorback store south of the North Pole, which is 989 South Razorback Road, next to Baumwalker Stadium. Matt, you tell them all about them interweb-based gram
He
things.
means the website, which is shoponrazorback.com.
Or give us a call at 479-STADIUM. That's 479-782-3486.
Folks, it does not get more Razorback than us.
Go Hogs!
When I go out to eat, I want something fresh. I don't want something that's been sitting in a freezer or processed. When I go to Lily Sandwich Shop, I am satisfied to the max. That's because Josefa makes everything fresh and uses that River Valley farm fresh produce during our long growing season. Stop by Lily Sandwich Shop in the Bakery District and become another satisfied customer. The sandwiches speak for themselves.
My name is Lily. My Baba makes the best sandwiches at Lily Sandwich Shop. Come by and see them at the Bakery District today.
In the communities we serve, we know your energy is best spent on the things you enjoy. That's why we're helping you save your energy with natural gas. More efficient than other energy sources, save your energy for cheering on the Hogs. Be tailgate ready with your natural gas powered outdoor grill. Enjoy fast, cozy comfort from your natural gas fireplace when ball games get chilly. At AOG, we know your Razorback pride runs deep. Ours does too. And so does our commitment to caring for the communities we serve with always on energy. Visit AOGC.com.
You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3. You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show. Back to Save Sports Radio.
Bart tells me had a big winner last night, 8-1. I didn't know you bet hockey, Bart.
A parlay last night. What were you?
Yep. What's the story? Bring Bart up here. We got to be able to hear this.
I usually don't.
Look into the camera when you're talking.
Yeah, really. You're right.
The camera's not even on.
Come on, Bart.
Well, it will
it's
be.
It's just for show.
Practice. You know.
It's just for show.
You're just getting comfortable with it.
Well, guys, I got to tell you. No,
really. Move your hands. You got to move your hands when you talk into the camera.
Get animated.
Yeah.
No, yeah, just had NHL season just starting. Felt like worth
exciting.
I'm sure it is for somebody.
This is.
I felt like dabbling a little bit and.
What?
So you bet hockey last night?
Yeah. There was I got there's some good odds.
How do you even know the NHL season's starting?
Well, I work in sports, Bo. I pay attention.
As do I. Don't care.
Well, not caring and not knowing are two different things.
Okay, all right.
So tell us about your parlay.
Oh, it was just a little 8-1.
Just a little 8-1.
8-1 parlay. All shots on goal.
Really?
Yeah.
How did you know which way to bet?
Yeah,
Did
intuition,
you guess?
sheer
You
intuition.
just guessed.
No, I found some.
Watching the preseason
That's a big
games
parlay.
or something?
No, I found some there's some guys like Connor Bedard, for the Blackhawks, and Nathan McKinnon for the Avalanche. Like these are guys like good players.
That'll be fine. That'll
Yeah,
be
I'm
fine.
sure.
Like, how much you bet and how much you win?
Yeah.
Well, it was an 8-1 parlay.
Well, how much did you bet?
It sounds pretty good. Like,
Yeah, it was good.
Oh,
it was good.
you won. The
Are you a
odds
high
were
roller?
8 to
The
1.
odds were 8-1.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, you're
How
a
many
good one.
how many bets did you have in?
It was a six-way parlay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Now, I got a question for you.
Okay.
I've been challenged to a bet for the Arkansas LSU game.
Okay. Let's talk
A
about it.
couple LSU fans, good friends of mine, which I know that sounds like a what? What would that be? Not an anomaly, but a
An oxymoron.
Yeah. Yes, that's it. Thank you. LSU friends. That's an oxymoron.
Yeah.
So the bet is they want the bet to be if Arkansas wins, they get an Arkansas tattoo, and if LSU wins, I get an LSU tattoo.
Absolutely not.
I said not in this lifetime or any other.
No.
No, you can't.
You're with me? You're with me.
Yeah, 100%.
You're with me.
can't
I couldn't
go
do
that
the show.
No. Well,
I think I would lose the ability to even speak.
Look, I mean, Arkansas is going to win that game, but
Yeah,
like
but there's no guarantees.
No, right. There's no guarantees in life, and in the event that something were to go wrong, like you can't live with yourself with
No,
an
can
LSU
you imagine?
tattoo.
Can you
That's
imagine? Like
disgusting.
I'm
That's
in a
vile and
hospital in
gross.
an emergency situation, and the doctor were to see that on my body, it'd probably just be like, let him go. Just let him go.
Yeah.
You guy got
can't
an
do
LSU.
that. You can't
He
do
makes
that.
horrible decisions. Just let him go.
No, you can't do that.
Vile, disgusting, gross are all words that come to mind.
Well, you guys don't think Arkansas is going to win?
So we need to come up
pick
with.
No,
LSU?
I said
No,
I said
do.
Arkansas is going to win.
okay.
I do, but every once in a while, I'm smarter than that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna.
I got
I'm not
you.
gonna permanently put something
wouldn't
on
do
the
it
eye
either.
of the tiger on my
I wouldn't
body.
do it either. I wouldn't even consider
Wouldn't
it
even-
for a moment.
Not even a question.
I mean, when Bart got that butterfly.
And you know how it goes.
tattoo,
Oh,
I'm
come
like,
on, come on.
I'm like, Bart,
That'll do.
You can't do that.
That'll
but,
do.
Okay. All right. Let's talk MLB playoffs. Okay. Yeah. Sure. Actually, I do need to come up with a bet though. So if you guys could maybe we could facilitate some ideas. If you want to call in, text. Actually, probably a better text. 877-377-6963. Just maybe text in some ideas about what the bet could be. You know LSU fans too. I'm sure you've got the same conversation going on. I mean, maybe it's just the obligatory social media picture of you wearing the other team's gear. Maybe something like that.
Or like
we don't need a
what Brandon
flipping
Allen
tattoo.
Brandon Allen and some of his 49ers
Yeah,
teammates
yeah,
did,
yeah.
if you saw that on social media.
Right.
Josh Dobbs
Something
and
like
Juwan
that.
Jennings
There you
had,
go.
had to wear Razorback gear and take a video of them wearing Razorback gear.
something that's fun.
Something that's easy.
You know. And when it's over, it's over.
That's right.
It lives virally, but not like actually
on your body.
On your body.
Yeah. How's your butterfly tattoo?
Well,
that Panama City spring break trip when you were 21.
Yeah, it's fading.
Yeah,
It's fading.
it's still there.
It's fading.
Still, that's a summer show.
It's kind of broken up.
Tattoos you got in Panama City on spring break 30 years
The
ago.
category is regret.
That's right.
Things
Jelly
you
Roll.
regret.
Jelly Roll is hosting the segment. I know you were watching games last night, Chuck. Not hockey games.
No,
MLB games.
I watched the Royals and the Yankees.
Okay.
That was
3-2.
Yeah, it was
Yankees
a good game.
won.
I was pulling for the Royals.
Series tied at 1.
I watched the Tigers yesterday. I'm kind of pulling for the Tigers.
Beat the
right
Guardians
now.
3-0.
Yeah, beat Cleveland.
Mets beat the Phillies 4-1.
Mets have moved on to the NLCS.
Dodgers and Padres.
Yeah, Dodgers won last night big. They're tied.
2-2.
Yeah, I think it's 2-2 now, yeah.
So I don't know what the score is because Bart put in the notes Dodgers 0, Padres 0. That's while he was watching
8
hockey.
to nothing.
That's
It was
that's
8
just
to
a
nothing.
typo. That's
Yeah.
just a typo.
It was 8, right?
It's just a typo. It's 8.
It's just a typo.
It's just a typo.
He put 0-0.
I did.
And he calls it a typo.
I see that now.
He calls it a typo.
It was a typo.
Well, of course it's a typo.
Look, man, it was
What do you
early
think?
this morning.
There's 2 spaces.
It was early
What else
this
would it be?
morning.
8, 9, and then 0 on the keyboard. So
Oh, my gosh.
you missed it by 2. I knew.
Close.
I knew.
Heath is in Cabot. Heath, good morning. You're on the Chuck and Bo Show. Dig us out of the
good morning,
hole.
gentlemen. Love the show. Fantastic. Makes the drive worth it. Let me ask you guys a question. Has anything else come out on Taylor Green's injury?
I think he's fine. I think he's going to be
Well,
just
let me
fine.
tell you something, Bo. I've had that injury twice. And
What-
let me tell you something.
What injury?
Even the MCL injury.
He doesn't have
it.
it. He doesn't have that.
So what's the diagnosis?
It's a bruise.
A bruise.
Yeah.
Just a plain
Yeah,
bruise.
yeah. He just took a helmet to the knee. They got pretty fortunate. I think he's
Well, I
moving
hope
around.
that's,
He's going through
I
stuff.
hope that's all it is
Yeah.
because those are very, very delicate injuries, and you need at least 4 to 6 weeks, even if it's a mild strain, before you can get out there and really do anything. So I hope they just take care of that because, like I said, that's delicate, and part of his game is moving around and being mobile. So if he's got any kind of injury like that, he just won't be able to do it. So I just hope they take care of that kid.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure they will.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
and I think they understand what's at stake here. I think everybody understands what's at stake here. So they're gonna handle this the right way. I'm sure. If he's able to play, he'll play. If he's not, he won't.
Yeah. The early indication is he's fine. 877-377-6963. We're brought to you in part by Flight by Yingling, the Fayetteville Auto Park, Pasco Air Plumbing and Electric, First Security Bank, and Weichert Realtors, the Griffin Company. More of your thoughts coming up on the Chuck and Bo Show. Good morning.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
There's a lot of lions, tigers, and bears, but there ain't but one Razorback. Number 1.
Man, I've got some good news. Sweatinum Cosmetic is not just for females. Turns out us guys want to look and feel good too. Why be tired, lethargic, and overweight when we don't have to be? Sure, diet and exercise matter, but there can also be a lot more going on. For example, low testosterone is a real thing among many adult males, not just the old guys. I've heard about the weight loss shots and the low T ads before, and I've been skeptical. But then I stopped by my friend's office, Dr. Jeff Sweatinum. He showed me around that first-class facility and said, here's what we're doing for guys. It's called the Sweatinum Edge. You make an appointment, get a free evaluation covering 4 potential issues: hormones, weight loss, hair loss, and skin. Find out where you are and decide if treatment is right for you. Log on to SweatinumCosmetic.com, SweatinumCosmetic.com, and click on the Sweatinum Edge, or call 479-966-4174 and tell them you heard about the Sweatinum Edge on the Chuck and Bo Show.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
You hear that? You hear that?
Back to Save Sports Radio.
ESPN 95.3 and hitthatline.com.
Bet Saracen is Arkansas's #1 mobile app for placing sports wagers.
There's big news in the mobile sports betting business. Bet Saracen was just named the 15th largest sports book in America. That's because Arkansans like to do business with a winner. Find all your winners on Bet Saracen. Download it today and look for my RR prop bet specials. I pick them, you win them.
Bet Saracen is Arkansas's favorite sports wagering app.
Gambling problem? Call 800-522-4700.
Are you an angler having trouble finding all the bait, tackle, and more for your fishing needs? Make a Wake Bait and Tackle, now located in Fort Smith next to Witz Marine on North 11th Street, is your place. Make a Wake Bait and Tackle also has the largest selection of plastics in the River Valley. Reactor Innovation, Bobby Garland, Zoom, Mega Bass, and more. Check out the Daiwa Rod and Reels. Make a Wake Bait and Tackle, 803 North 11th Street at Fort Smith, 479-926-9320. Also get your rod and reels repaired. Come see us next to Witz Marine at Make a Wake Bait and Tackle.
The Wave Rural Connect Shoal Creek Zone is open. Fast fiber internet, TV, and home phone available. This covers Midway, New Blaine, Scranton, Delaware, and other areas. Even if this isn't your zone, check your address. We might be available for you. Get your whole home solution. Internet, TV, and phone from a local provider. Go to signup.waveruralconnect.com or call 1-833-492-8372. Arkansas Valley Electric and Wave Rural Connect, changing the communities we serve.
Some days you hit snooze, but not today. Today you have to go on a run to get burgers for the tailgate. You've got to haul something heavy, a cooler stocked with Bud Light. When you've got beer and football, nothing is hard. Until the other team scores. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly. 21 plus. Copyright 2023 Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
October is Slingshot Month at Wheeler Power Sports in Fort Smith. We have a great selection of new Polaris Slingshots in stock, some with financing available as low as 1.99% for 36 months and 0 down payment with approved credit. Fall is the perfect time to get out and see the natural state in the new Slingshot from Wheeler Power Sports. Serving all over Arkansas and eastern Oklahoma. WheelerPowersports.com. Wheeler Power Sports, keeping the good times rolling since 1967.
Spooked by the thought of a custody battle with your ex? Get the chills thinking about high hourly billing from another lawyer? Don't hide in the dark. Call me, Jackie Mock with Mock Legal Solutions. Divorce and custody can be scary. You need an attorney who can help at a price you can afford. At Mock Legal Solutions, we offer flat fees and payment plans. Call today. The first consultation is always free. 479-769-1505. Mock Legal Solutions. Real advice, reasonable price.
Hey, Ty Richardson for Jam Mart. Jam Mart is always trying to save you money, and that's why they partner with Valero. Hook up your checking account to the Valero Pay Plus app, and you'll get 10 cents off a gallon, plus other special deals on holidays and more. Jam Mart and Valero, passing on the savings to you. Now available at the 3 Fort Smith Valero Jam Mart locations. And stop by any of the 6 Jam Mart locations in the area. Jam Mart, the leading gas station and convenience store in the region.
You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show. Listen anywhere at hitthatline.com or the Hit That Line Now app. And now, Chuck and Bo.
Did you get that ordered, Bart?
I did not.
But we tried.
Had to pull the plug on it.
What?
Had to pull the plug.
So
on it.
$500 for a 6-inch piece of the goalpost.
And then you
signed.
go to check out. No, this isn't even one of the autograph pieces. This is just $500 for a piece
what are
of
the
the goalpost.
what are the
Oh, there are
autograph
only
pieces
15
called?
of them. They're not available. For purchase. But you go to check out, and they add $128 worth of fees onto the $500.
We got to get that
Sorry.
fixed. Yeah,
that ain't happening.
Nobody feels good about paying fees. Like you can pay $500 to NIL. Like I'd rather just go give them $500.
I'll pay you $500
I don't want to
for
pay
a 6-inch
No,
goalpost.
I'm serious.
but
I'd
I
rather
ain't
just
paying
go give them.
$128 for fees.
That's right.
I can hear people saying it right now.
Well, I've been bamboozled on this via like
That's a good
SeatGeek,
word,
Vivid
bamboozled.
Seats, StubHub,
I
where
have
you
to.
think
Well,
you're buying
everyone has.
tickets for 50 or 100 or whatever bucks, and
like
then you
renting
get to
an
the
Airbnb.
cart to pay, and it's like, whoa.
Yeah.
It's like, who all's getting paid here?
Right. $128 worth of fees is beyond a bit much.
Like, what are the fees? What are the fees for? Is
doesn't
it just
say.
like
You click on
are they
details
using
and
a
it doesn't say.
third-party service to facilitate this?
Oh, I'm sure they are, but
I'm just going to go down there with $500 cash today, and see if they give me a piece of the goalpost. I mean, that's a strong move, I think.
Yeah.
It's a power move.
It's a boss move.
That's a boss move.
That's a boss.
Here's
Here's
$500. Give me the goalpost.
That guy's a boss.
Here's $500.
Here's $500. I want a 6-inch piece of that goalpost. That dude's a boss, man. You better listen to him.
That's somebody who knows what he wants in life right there.
Reach for a comment, Sam Pittman.
He's a great person.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, Bo was here.
He's a great person.
Yeah. 877-377-6963. I just noticed on social media when Bart posted the link to the show for the Chuck and Bo Show, he said, live, the Chuck and Bo Show, 10/10. That's today's date, October 10th. Then Bart goes on his own account and tweets, 10/10 isn't just the date. It's also how good today's show is going to be.
Oh, wow. Wow.
I'm like, that's so embarrassing.
Embarrassing?
We have no shot at having a good show when you put something like that out.
We're having a good show so far.
Are we, though?
I think so.
Are we though?
Chuck said in the last
We've
break
talked,
we're off to a
we've
great
talked
start.
NHL, your parlay.
I said good. Let's not get carried away here.
So, what do you think Arkansas is going to finish the rest of the season?
See,
the back half of the schedule.
everywhere I go right now, when the Razorbacks come up,
Do you see how we went right back into sports?
well, right,
It was so good.
It was beautiful.
It was so good.
It was It was a natural segue. But the people that I talk to, it takes about 2 or 3 minutes for someone to say, how many games do you think they really, what do they end with? Where are we going? In terms of bowl games, and there's a lot of.
What's your go-to when somebody stops you at the grocery store? You're like, hey, you're Chuck, and you're like, hey, yeah, nice to meet you, and hey, and then they kind of square you up, and they go, what do you think the rest of the season is going to be like? Yeah. What's your go-to answer?
I think they're going to have a chance to win every game.
Do you start walking as you say that?
Well, I didn't say. You're assuming I've broken stride. But no, I enjoy that, and that is generally it's honestly what I think. Sometimes when people, you say something, well, what do you really think? Be honest with me. Well, I honestly think.
What's your I was asked this at the game on Saturday.
Okay.
What's your non-sportscaster opinion?
Yeah.
It's
hard to shed that.
How do you separate? What do you mean?
Well, when I'm out mowing my yard,
Right.
I'm in my non-sportscaster mode.
When I'm not live on the air, I'll tell you what I really think. Something completely different than what I say on the air.
I do think that, though. When I look at this schedule right now, I think for most Razorback fans, I don't want to speak for people here, but my thought has been that for Razorback fans, when they looked at the schedule, not going to beat Tennessee, not going to beat Texas. Well, you've beaten one of them, and so I think when you look at everything out there, I have not yet seen, and I'm not knocking Texas. Texas has a lot of talent. I mean, on paper, they're as good as anybody out there. They have not faced a full-blown pressure situation yet. And I'm not ready to crown them the best team in the league yet because I've not seen them do that. Now, they've got talent enough to do it, but so does Alabama. So does Georgia. So does Tennessee. They've all got talent to do it too, and they've not been able to do it. And it was a pressure situation. Generally, it was those teams not responding well to a situation that they did not face before. It's the first time they'd been in that spot. And it's tough when you get in that situation. I've not seen Texas there yet, so I'm not sold yet. Now, I may be by the time they get here. But when I look at what's out there for Arkansas, I don't think any of those teams, when I look at them, did any of them have a more prolific offense than what Tennessee? Yeah, I don't see any of them averaging 54 points a game. I think they've got a shot in every game they play.
I agree. I think it can go 4-2 again, the back half of the season.
Well, if they win 8 games, they're going to a good bowl game. I mean, they will go to a good bowl game.
Florida bowl games are a topic, and the Hurricane.
Tampa, I mean, I was
ripped off the roof.
I was thinking a while ago, 8 wins will get you to Tampa, and then I thought, wow, I watched that this morning. It's it's not to be flippant, but it may be like what's left of Tampa.
I know,
and it's really horrible.
But
the point is, 8 wins. Yes, I think 8 wins get you to a Florida Bowl. Yes.
6 wins, you're going where? Liberty Bowl?
Probably Memphis.
Yeah.
Maybe the Birmingham Bowl. You're going to a 6-win bowl. I mean, we know which ones are the 6-win bowls. And there's some that are 7-win bowls, and the bowl in Tampa and the bowl in Jacksonville, Florida. Those are 8-win bowls. Traditionally, the Citrus Bowl has been a 9-win bowl, but with all the teams that could get into the playoff, and given the fact that I don't think the SEC's done beating up on each other, that's one thing we've not talked about a lot. I don't know that we're not going to get to the end of this thing, and there aren't going to be a lot of really good teams in our league with 2 losses. Maybe not a lot, but 2 or 3. And I don't know how those teams are going to fit into the playoff picture. But if they get in, if you've got 4 or 5 teams from the SEC getting in, well, all of a sudden the 6th place team's going to Orlando. So, you just don't know.
getting bet suggestions for the Arkansas LSU game.
Yeah, let's get back to gambling.
Christmas cards with pictures.
I saw that.
Wearing the other team's gear.
That's a good one.
Suggestion on what the fee for the goalpost outside of the $500 would be for is actually paying for the goalpost, so that $500 goes straight to charity /NIL. I could actually get on board with that, but what I'm struggling with is if it's just some sort of processing fee,
which I'm sure.
Well, this is,
and where does that money go?
Right.
Who gets the process? I'm
Right.
asking
Well,
because I don't know. I
like,
get hit with processing fees too. I don't know where they go.
Well, it's I don't necessarily know exactly where they go. They go somewhere, but it's tech stuff probably. Somebody that's
tech people
facilitating.
The facilitator.
It's a great gig.
It's all going to the facilitator.
It's a great gig.
Yeah.
It's a great gig.
I guess so.
We should be facilitators.
I guess so.
Kids, when you grow up, be a facilitator. They get all the work. They get all the fees. They get all the percentages.
That's right.
Nobody asks questions.
Nobody even knows who you are.
They don't even know sometimes that they paid for that. 877-377-6963. How many more games can Arkansas win this season? We're in a bye week. No game this week. I'm hearing good things about Taylon Green. Hearing good things about others who have been hurt. They got a chance to. I was in the football building yesterday. T. Will's coming up on the show at 7:30. The Arkansas defensive coordinator. The vibe over there is focused. It felt focused to me.
When you walk into that building,
I just kind of took a big deep breath when I went in I smelled focus. Kind of like when I go into a casino and I smell broken dreams. I smelled focus yesterday.
I hear you. It's like walking into a different world when you walk in over there. They are focused on their world, and the outside noise is largely blocked out. It is like walking into a whole different universe when you walk into that building. I enjoy it every time I go over there.
646 on the Chuck and Bo Show. Good morning.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
But I want someone to slide into my DMs. It's just
I'm
a
not
personal
sure I'm
goal.
entirely comfortable with this.
It sounds appealing to me. Fayetteville Auto Park has been Northwest Arkansas's premier automotive dealer for a long time. There's a reason for that. It starts with great brands: Acura, Chevrolet, Honda, Toyota. Plus, they've got a huge pre-owned inventory. They've got an on-site collision center. And that really is what makes them your one-stop automotive headquarters. The best brands, the best people, the best service, and the best selection. Whatever your automotive needs, Fayetteville Auto Park.
First Security is about more than great banking. Yes, we provide the financial expertise, digital tools, and everything else you need when you need it. But we also go all in on local support with friendly professionals, plus convenient locations all across the state. Because we believe personal banking is better banking. Visit fsbank.com for details. That's fsbank.com for friendly, local banking with First Security. Bank better. Member FDIC.
What's your Oaklawn? Is it hitting the slots for fun and high fives? Or having a round at Silk's Bar and Grill before the action? Play your way at Oaklawn's 24/7 non-smoking casino. With 1,500 slot machines, live roulette, craps, and blackjack, a sports book where you can watch and wager on your favorite games, and live entertainment at Pop's Lounge, you'll never run out of fun. It's time for more winning and more excitement at Oaklawn. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-522-4700.
I always enjoy talking about Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company. If you followed my radio career, you remember they were partners on the original sports rap radio program over 20 years ago. We've done business together from an advertising perspective, but more importantly, they've been my partners in buying and selling homes. I'd recommend them to anybody. They're in Northwest Arkansas, the River Valley, and in Branson. Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company, turning houses into homes since 1978.
You know, there's a sense of pride when it comes to things built in our state, and you can add Flyway Brewing to the list. A craft brewery with roots in North Little Rock dating back to 2013. With popular flavors like Blue Wing Berry Wheat Ale, the Honeybird Blonde, and the Early Bird IPA, there's no shortage to enjoy a tasty craft beer flight at the Flyway Brewery in Fayetteville, 1550 East Scion Road, or in North Little Rock at 314 Maple Street. Flyway Craft Beer, also available in restaurants and stores everywhere.
It seems like everything is more expensive this year, but replacing your AC doesn't have to be. If you need to replace your AC this summer, before you commit, Price check with Paschal. You can save money and use the professionals to replace your system. Enjoy the peace of mind knowing you chose the best option for your home. Visit GoPaschal.com and with just a few clicks, see how much you can save with the Paschal Price Check. Paschal Air, Plumbing, and Electric.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Did I hear my broadcast partner talking about somebody slipping in his DM?
Hey, Ty Richardson for A Cut Above Lawn and Landscaping. They service commercial and residential lawns for weed management and fertilization for a lush, healthy lawn. Need bush hogging? They do that too. A Cut Above also offers tree and limb removal. Don't forget hauling and dumpster rental as well. More than just a mowing service, they're A Cut Above. Call or text today at 479-719-5605. Lawn, landscaping, power washing, stump grinding, leaf removal, mulching, flea tick, and mosquito control. 719-5605.
Come celebrate autumn in the natural state with Crabtree RV Center in Alma. Crabtree RV Center is having their big fall sale October 10th through the 13th. There will be special pricing and door prizes along with our experienced, knowledgeable staff to help you pick the perfect RV for your family. Come see why we've been voted the best of the River Valley in Northwest Arkansas. So mark your calendars for October 10th through the 13th and don't miss out on the big fall sale. Crabtree RV Center, making your family's dreams come true for over 70 years.
You will never find a boring old burger at Art's Barbecue and Burgers in Fort Smith. Try the Wild West Burger, topped with a hot link, jalapenos, and Art's hot sauce. The Brisket Burger, with tender brisket and caramelized onions on top of their hand-patted burger. Or the famous Art Attack, with house bacon, smoked ham, an onion ring, and a fried egg. There are 10 different burgers to choose from, and they're all $1 off every Saturday. Art's Barbecue Burgers and more. Rogers Avenue, next to Buddy's in Fort Smith.
October is Slingshot Month at Wheeler Power Sports in Fort Smith. We have a great selection of new Polaris Slingshots in stock, some with financing available as low as 1.99% for 36 months and 0 down payment with approved credit. Fall is the perfect time to get out and see the natural state in the new Slingshot from Wheeler Power Sports. Serving all over Arkansas and eastern Oklahoma. WheelerPowersports.com. Wheeler Power Sports, keeping the good times rolling since 1967.
You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show. Listen anywhere at hitthatline.com or the Hit That Line Now app. And now, Chuck and Bo.
Got a text out of the 501. Look at our matchups. Where we play the last 6 games, 9-3 should be in the conversation. What do you think the record's going to be at the end of the year? It's the midway point, so we're talking about it. They went 4-2. By the way, best start in the SEC in 13 years. Do you realize that? Do you? Say it out loud. Say it with me. Best start in the SEC in 13 years. One more time. Arkansas off to its best start in the SEC in 13 years.
Wow.
Take that with you today.
It was the
Share
way you got the
Share
entire room to say it with you.
Well, I
That's
didn't
what was
feel
most
he's kind of
impressive.
like, like the hog call, Chuck.
Yeah, I mean, wow.
I've seen you. You get kind of one arm up in the air. You were sort of participating.
Once the shoulder gets well, I told.
How is the shoulder?
It's getting better. It's getting better. I'm like
I've
almost
forgotten all about it. You
I'm
never
almost
complain
to
about
90
it.
Days. I'm almost to 90 days out from surgery now.
You
and so-
never complain about it. You just come in and you just carry the water. You're never an issue.
He's a great person.
You are.
Well, but at any rate, I told a friend of mine that when you see me call the hogs with 2 hands, you'll know I'm well.
Yeah.
As long as it's one, I'm still recovering.
I apologize. I forgot all about it.
Yeah.
I really did. I forgot that you were feeling that at all.
I
So
got all my complaining in the first 90 days because I don't think I could go, as you guys know, I don't think I could go 10 minutes without complaining about it. So I used up my full quotient of complaining then.
I think
It's better now, really.
Well,
and I appreciate your concern.
Right, and we started the show today talking about if you are complaining, you need to have a reason. Like identify what hold yourself accountable. What am I griping about?
That's right.
Like, what is the reason
Well, again,
for my complaint?
if you don't want to buy it, don't buy it. Nobody's holding a gun to your head and saying, hey, man, you got to buy this. Or you're not a real fan if you don't. Nobody's saying that either.
No, not only do I want to buy it, I'm going to take cash. and I'm going to eliminate the processing fee.
$500 cash.
I think that there's a chance that will work.
You think if you walk in there and lay down $500, front desk of the Broyle Center.
I'm going to mess around and find out.
Walk in there like
I'm
a
going to
boss.
mess around and find
All
out,
right.
Chuck.
Mess around and find out.
Take 500 large ones down there.
All right. Just dip into your wallet.
Actually, if I could get you to autograph each $100 bill,
that would be big.
That might give me a little more juice.
They would think it would be counterfeit.
Walking in for cash. Somebody
I just
said
want to see you lay down $500 and say, I want a piece of that goalpost.
it's the Chuck and Bo Show.
Ty Story, high school football coach and former college quarterback.
I love coaching, but it's a lot more fun after LASIK. Now when I'm coaching, I can focus on my players and not my eyes. After LASIK, my eyes are even better than before when I had glasses or wore contacts. The McDonald Eye Team was great. They put me at ease. I couldn't believe how well I was seeing the day after surgery. Good vision and good football go together. I'm really glad I trusted my eyes to McDonald Eye Associates.
See your best with safe and affordable LASIK from McDonald Eye Associates. Register for your free consultation at mcdonaldeye.com.
When it comes to finding the perfect diamond, there's one name that stands above the rest in Northwest Arkansas. Blakeman's Fine Jewelry. As the region's premier experts for diamonds, Blakeman's offers an unparalleled selection of brilliant stones, handpicked for their quality and beauty. They don't just help you find the perfect stone, they educate you on every step of the way. Whether you're planning a proposal, celebrating an anniversary, or simply treating yourself, Blakeman's is where your search ends and your story begins.
Flight by Yingling is the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yingling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass. Raise the bar. Flight by Yingling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yingling and Son Incorporated. Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
The tailgating scene on a perfect fall day in the natural state. Calling the Hogs with 75,000 plus as the Razorbacks run through the A. And all the things you love about football game days are near. Football season tickets are now on sale for marquee matchups against LSU, Ole Miss, and longtime rival and new SEC foe, Texas.
Slant, caught, touchdown, Arkansas.
Experience game day on the Hill and secure your seat and tailgating space by visiting ArkansasRazorbacks.com or by calling the Hogs at 800-982-HOGS.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
A great pair. Really honored that you guys are doing this, listening over here in Jonesboro.
Fall is here, and that means cooler weather, football, and family, which makes it the perfect time to visit Southern Tire Mart, your family's #1 tire store. Southern Tire Mart is your trusted partner for top quality tires, professional services, and competitive pricing. Visit us in Fort Smith at 9700 Highway 271 and let us ensure your vehicle is ready for anything fall brings your way. Southern Tire Mart is a proud dealer of Yokohama tires. We keep America rolling.
ESPN Arkansas weather.
For today, we'll see lots of sunshine with highs in the low to mid 80s, a southeast wind under 10 miles an hour. Starry skies tonight, lows in the low to mid 50s. Sunny for Sunday with highs in the mid 80s. Staying mostly clear tomorrow night with lows around 55. Sunny for Saturday with highs in the upper 80s. I'm Matthew Harding with your forecast on ESPN Arkansas.
The weather is brought to you by In Good Spirits, Fort Smith's premier source for fine wines, specialty beers, and liquor.
This is Ricky Young with Mr. Cabbage Head and the Screaming Radishes, vegetable-related rock for a healthier lifestyle. When we have any problem at all, we call 782-8940.
It's a great time to take advantage of York Factory rebates on high-efficiency HVAC products. Give us a call at 782-8940.
That's 782-8940.
Celebrate your pastor at the Solid Rock this month. October is Pastor Appreciation Month, and to help you celebrate, the Solid Rock is giving you a $5 gift card to give to your pastor with any purchase of $50 or more. And while you're there, be sure to check out the wonderful assortment of items that would make great Pastor Appreciation gifts. Celebrate Pastor Appreciation Month at the Solid Rock, the store that honors Christ all year long, off South 74th near Sam's Club.
You're listening to ESPN 95.3, KERX Paris Fort Smith.
You sound like a participation trophy, Dad.
Come get you some. 2728 Townsend Avenue is your off-road and performance center headquarters. They've got everything from lift kits, wheels, LED light bars, UTV parts and accessories, winches and tires. Need general 4x4 repair? No problem. Come Get You Some has one of the largest 4x4 shops in the States. They do it all. They do it from installing a bug shield to building some of the baddest off-road machines in the country. Call them today at 782-6833. That's 782-MUD. Or check them out online at cgysoffroad.com. Come get you some.
The Wave Rural Connect Shoal Creek Zone is open. Fast fiber internet, TV, and home phone available. This covers Midway, New Blaine, Scranton, Delaware, and other areas. Even if this isn't your zone, check your address. We might be available for you. Get your whole home solution. Internet, TV, and phone from a local provider. Go to signup.waveruralconnect.com or call 1-833-492-8372. Arkansas Valley Electric and Wave Rural Connect, changing the communities we serve.
Ty Richardson, we're live here at First Financial Mortgage. I'm here with my friend Ethan Adamson. Ethan, I know I probably texted you 100 times during this process, man. I didn't know what I was doing. Luckily, you did.
Yeah, Ty. It was always great working with you. Glad we could help you get closed. A good loan officer is someone who can answer questions after hours, before hours, and be available when you're needed. We get pre-qualifications in, get buyers pre-qualified so they can search for homes and get them closed quick. Call 479-782-9300. Weekdays 8 to 5. FFB1.com. First Financial Mortgage, in the business of you, equal housing lender.
It's sad that we live in an unsafe world, but we do. Would you be able to show the police who was at your home if something was taken? Guardtronic installs alarm systems as well as camera systems. We here at ESPN rely on our Guardtronic installed cameras to keep an eye on what's going on around our building, as many of you do. Guardtronic has been serving the River Valley for over 60 years. Call Guardtronic for a free estimate so you'll be able to show the police who the bad boys are that took your belongings. License E50.
You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
Previously heard on Chuck and Bo.
This looks like a legit squad. I think they're going to be in every game they play. I don't think I look at a team on the schedule and say, man, that one's going to be a 3-touchdown loss. That's going to be embarrassing. They're going to get run off the field. They got to figure out a way to win games.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
That was a call play, and I called it.
A show of record for Razorback fans.
I'm ready to roll right now, Bo. Can you believe we're doing this?
This brings back.
Just like old times.
This is getting ridiculous, Bo Mattingly.
Northwest Arkansas is growing. It deserves an intelligent sports radio.
Two bald white guys with a face for radio. That's right.
Presented by First Security Bank. By Kurt Realtors, The Griffin Company. Pasco Air, Plumbing and Electric. Flight by Yingling and Fayetteville Auto Park. And now, Chuck and Bo.
And one injury we got to keep an eye on is Ramsey, the kicker's out.
He's got to pull a groin.
Yeah.
You could see him favored when he missed that field goal. I thought, I know it was a short field goal, but I thought Shipley's field goal to make it 14-13 is one of those plays you don't think about.
Yeah.
You don't think about that, but it had a lot to do with the outcome.
You saw Ramsey favorite?
Yes. He, he kind of reached for it. You could tell he was hurt.
I've seen that at a lot of rap concerts.
That's what I'm saying. It's amazing how often it happens
wow,
there.
a lot of groin pulls
That's right.
on stage. Shipley, who came in and kicked that 23-yarder, went to Hawaii.
Yeah.
He's a transfer from Hawaii.
Right.
A semifinalist for the Lou Groza Award. Which is given to the nation's best
Texas
place
kid.
kicker.
He's a
His
Texas
sophomore
kid.
season, he was at Hawaii.
Yeah.
What are you looking at me like that for?
Well, I just have some questions.
Like what?
Well, ask.
What?
Don't look at me like I just made something up. Like, what am I talking? You looked at me like, what are you talking about?
Tilted his head like a dog. What happened?
Well, I just wonder why anybody transfers away from Hawaii. I mean, obviously happy he's here, but it's a
long way from home. He's from where? Cedar Hill, Texas?
Yeah. That look was for that? You wouldn't leave the Hawaii football program to come be a Razorback?
No, I wouldn't leave Hawaii, maybe.
Well, I mean, Bart, it's about playing football.
Well, I understand.
I mean, not
like I said, happy he's here. Happy he's here.
He has a career-long 51-yarder. I'm just trying to get know the new kicker a little bit.
Yeah, he's going to be the guy. It sounds like. against LSU. I don't know that
Matthew.
absolutely, but it
Matthew
sounds like
Shipley.
he goes by Matt, I think, from what I understand. Well, you said we got to get to know him.
Matt from Hawaii, the new kicker.
That's right.
The kind of insight you get from the voice of the Razorbacks.
Well, you know, hey. I do
Jay
what I
is in
do.
Fort Smith. Jay, good morning. You're on the Chuck and Bo Show. What's happening?
Hey, guys.
Hey, Jay.
I sent a text in, and and didn't get a response. So I got on YouTube, and, man, what do I see? I see a beard on Bo Matting. And surely I'm not the only one that brought this up, but I thought you were supposed to shave that if we beat Tennessee, man. Come on.
Okay, hold on. So I did see the text, and we were going to address this, and I asked the crew. The
crew.
What do you want to call it?
Yeah.
The people.
I asked the fall guys and the crew here.
I ask my people.
I asked the people.
Yeah.
What was the like? I remember the conversation,
Right.
but it wasn't the only thing that happened during that.
Right. So
segment.
Cecil in Fort Smith had called in.
Cecil wanted me to shave the beard.
Wanted you to shave the beard because he was like, it's not classic Bo. He's like, beard looks good, but it's not classic Bo. And then we got a text. That's what the man said.
It's more the bro look. You know, yeah.
That's what
You
the
guys
man
are
said.
into that.
And we either got a text or a call that said, "Hey, if we beat Tennessee, you ain't shaving that beard."
Right.
And we
So
talked
had a-
about it on the air.
We had a conflict.
Right. And
Was I
so-
here that day? I don't remember any of this.
Well, I mean, in body Chuck, yes.
Admittedly, Chuck, you do check out.
Well,
from time to time on
I
the
don't
show.
even- I
You
don't
have
even-
admitted.
I
You
don't
have
even
admitted
remember
as
that.
much.
And so
I
so
have
no.
damn slipperage from time to time.
That's a Nolan. That's a
I-
Nolanism right
have
there.
no idea.
That's good. So that's where we are.
So you're not
So yeah,
shaving?
no shaving the beard.
I don't mind. I mean, if it helps.
I think you ought to go the real bro look, where you
I can't
where you
do
grow
the
it out
ZZ
long.
top.
and
No,
it looks
I
like
can't.
it looks like a
I
bird's
can't do the
nest.
Matt Jones.
You
No,
expect
I
a
just
bird
can't.
to fly out of there.
I just can't.
What's nesting in there?
One of those kind of beards.
Yeah.
I think that's what you ought to go for.
No,
Matt's tall, so he can pull off the long, the long beard. He's a tall guy.
I don't want to disappoint people, but I mean, I've been doing it my whole life. I'm pretty good at it, and so I don't know why I should stop now.
Yeah.
Casey in Farmington. Hey, one thing that stood out Saturday at the stadium was the production team. They played the Houston Nut, Ain't But One Hog soundbite, Ain't But One Razorback. They played the T-Will Freestyle soundbite, the soundbite for Third Down. Those were different. I'm just glad to see some change because I think it kept fans intrigued down 14-3. Well, regardless of the 14-3 score, we've talked about it. Like the production at the game was awesome. And Pittman talked about it after the game.
It was very professional. Look, when you go to a sporting event in this era, you've paid a lot of money to go. And here's the thing. As we've discussed many times, you're competing against, 75-inch television screens and reclining sectionals and the opportunity to grill your own food out on your own deck. That's what you're competing against. The ball game's not enough. The idea that you're going to bring somebody to sit on a metal bleacher over and over and over again, 6-7 times a year, just to watch a ball game they can see on TV, it's a little naive. You got to have the whole package. You got to have the entire show. You've got to have something that appeals to mom and dad and the kids and grandmother and granddaddy and the bro crowd. It's got to
be different
the
to be
old
there.
crowd. It's got to have something that appeals. It's got to be an event. People want to see a show. People demand entertainment. And you know why? Because the entertainers demand more out of people than they've ever demanded before. It is more expensive to go to any event than it's ever been in the history of my lifetime. I know that. And they want to be entertained, the full package. I thought they presented the full package on Saturday night, and they're to be commended for that.
Great atmosphere. And you keep doing
and
that.
I'd have said that even if they lost.
Right. And I expect it again when LSU comes in a week from Saturday for another night game. By the way, on the LSU Ole Miss game, better for Ole Miss to win or LSU to win
LSU.
for Arkansas?
LSU.
I would say LSU. Yeah.
I tend to agree.
I want LSU to hear how good they are for the entire week after they beat Ole Miss. But now here's the thing. If Ole Miss loses, I'm of the opinion that there are some SEC teams that can get in the playoff with 2 losses, but Ole Miss is not one of them. I think Ole Miss right now, their margin for error, like, for example, first off, I don't think Alabama's going to run the table. Just for the record, I don't think you can lose to Vanderbilt and say, well, they can still run the table. Probably not. But, you look at Alabama with 2 losses. Do they still get in the playoff? I think there's a scenario by which that would happen. Same for Georgia. Ole Miss, I don't know. I think if LSU beats Ole Miss, I'm going to be interested to see what happens with Ole Miss because – they've kind of built their whole season, their whole NIL, their whole everything around we're going to get in the playoff. I doubt very seriously if there's going to be a fan base out there who feels like their expectations were not met more than an Ole Miss fan will feel if they don't make the playoff. That's what they paid for. They paid good money for it. And if they don't get there, I suspect there's going to, Kiffin's going to be gone to Florida anyway. And
he called it. He called it right there.
And I wonder what's going to happen with that program.
You just called it. Kiffin to Florida.
I think he's going to Florida.
Kiffin's a Gator.
I've always thought that.
It's interesting how fast things change because Kiffin was the cat's meow, Chuck. He was the cat's meow. The first 3-4 weeks of the season, he was. It was all. It was everything. He make fun of the Coke bottle on the press conference table. A sponsor.
Ole Miss may go in there and win. And if Ole Miss goes into Baton Rouge and wins, he's right back in the driver's seat.
They're favored.
Are they really?
They're a 3.5-point favorite at LSU, and I believe I said on Monday that if that, or it might have been Tuesday, if that line gets to 3.5. LSU plus 3.5.
How you think there's going to be a little whiskey drink inside that stadium? Ole Miss and LSU sat. Are you kidding me?
The Crown Royal empty bottles and Chick-fil-A wrappers that I've seen in that stadium.
It's going to be Evan Williams, baby.
No, I mean,
it's going to be Evan Williams bottles all over that place when it's over.
You're right, but it's so when you're on the field at Tiger Stadium and then you go back up to the press box, you walk through the stands. In the first 7-8 rows, there's like empty Crown Royal plastic bottles and Chick-fil-A wrappers. And as you get a little bit higher, you get into Evan Williams and like Rice Krispie treat wrappers, corn dog wrappers. It's just that you go up to, you just get into a little bit less expensive
That's some kind of place now.
Yeah.
That is some kind of place.
It is. Everyone should experience it.
It's something else.
Careful what kind of experience you want to have.
I've had just about every experience you could have in Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
Yeah,
I will admit.
Okay.
It is.
Write that down for a summer show.
It's quite a place.
I want to hear one summer show is going to be Chuck talking about
30 years.
his experiences in each town.
My experience now is nothing. There's no experience.
Yeah, but over the years now,
there's no experience.
Now the statute of limitations has been lifted, and you can just kind of share.
But we got the 20-year rule. Anything that happened over 20 years ago, nobody can talk about.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So if it's more than 20 years ago, you can't talk about it.
Because you're given blanket forgiveness for everything. You can blame it on you.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You can talk about it.
Yeah, well,
you can share.
There's part of blanket forgiveness is not talking about it. As long as you don't bring it up, we're not going to.
Come on, you could share some things about your experiences on the road back in the day when your 30s, when you were a play-by-play.
You're making it sound like
baseball
it was
team.
big. It was something big. It
You
really was.
said you've had about every experience possible in Baton Rouge.
Well, that might be a little bit of an overstatement. maybe a slight. I've had a lot of experiences in Baton Rouge. I've enjoyed going every time.
It is an experience.
It's been a long.
It is.
I mean, I've been going to Baton Rouge in some form or fashion pretty much every year, either basketball, football, or baseball for the last 30 years. It's like at some point in the year you're going to Baton Rouge. And they're going to play that song, and everybody down there's going to be. They're going to be. They're just a little different.
Yeah.
I like them though.
I don't know, man. If LSU loses the game, I could see them kind of pointing fingers and falling apart a little bit. I don't know. Maybe
I could see the loser of this. Well, the loser of this ball game is going to have some problems next week because either LSU is going to have lost to Ole Miss at home. That's a much bigger rivalry than people realize, particularly down in South Mississippi and south part of Louisiana. That's a much bigger game than maybe some people think. And, the loser of that ball game is going to take a lot of heat. And for the loser of that ball game, whatever margin for error they had is gone. And so it's a big football game. But from our perspective, which at the end of the day is what we care about the most,
I think it helps if LSU wins.
If you're just joining us, Arkansas has the Slobberin logo at midcourt.
And you can buy a piece of the goalpost.
You can buy a piece of the goalpost. I plan to do that on behalf of the show. We were going to do it online, but there's a service charge that we don't want to pay, so we're going to try to walk down there with cash today and bring back.
We're going to have the
piece of
cameras
goalpost.
rolling then. We're going to have the cameras
I think
rolling.
absolutely. That's a social media post waiting to happen.
$500.
Bart, you got to go with me. I'm not taking Chuck to video that.
Yeah, really.
It'll be like a finger over the camera.
Like a hostage
what is
video.
that? Yeah, right. Exactly. Exactly. I'll hold the newspaper up. Show what date it is. 7:15. Good morning on the Chuck and Bo Show.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
I've been waiting to say this for 5 years. Sterling in Center Ridge.
This is Spike the Coup that they have put together. Bo and Chuck. This is a dream team.
It seems like everything is more expensive this year, but replacing your AC doesn't have to be. If you need to replace your AC this summer, before you commit, price check with Paschal. You can save money and use the professionals to replace your system. Enjoy the peace of mind knowing you chose the best option for your home. Visit gopaschal.com and with just a few clicks, see how much you can save with the Paschal price check. Paschal Air, Plumbing, and Electric.
First Security is about more than great banking. Yes, we provide the financial expertise, digital tools, and everything else you need when you need it. But we also go all in on local support with friendly professionals, plus convenient locations all across the state. Because we believe personal banking is better banking. Visit fsbank.com for details. That's fsbank.com for friendly, local banking with First Security. Bank better. Member FDIC.
I always enjoy talking about Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company. If you followed my radio career, you remember they were partners on the original sports rap radio program over 20 years ago. We've done business together from an advertising perspective, but more importantly, they've been my partners in buying and selling homes. I'd recommend them to anybody. They're in Northwest Arkansas, the River Valley, and in Branson. Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company, turning houses into homes since 1978.
Arkansas's one-stop automotive shop is right around the corner. Fayetteville Auto Park. FayettevilleAutoPark.com. Chevy, Toyota, Honda, Acura, Collision Center, all in one place. And if you're shopping pre-owned, Fayetteville Auto Park has you covered. With so many new cars sold, we always have a great selection of fresh trades. Why settle for anything less than the best? Fayetteville Auto Park, West Showroom Drive in Fayetteville. Proud sponsor of the Chuck and Bo Show.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
And Hog Noxious, our listeners just don't let us down. He said, Chuck, explain it to them. Smash or trash by saying swipe right or left.
Bow season is underway, and Jelco Outdoors has all your archery and hunting equipment to help you bag that big buck. Select new compound bows by Bowtech, Elite, and Hoyt. Save $200 off. Beartech crossbow packages, now only $329.99. Save $200 off select Raven crossbows, clothing, boots, tree stands, saddle equipment, feeders, nut grub, and grunt calls. Jelco has it all for you. Good luck and safe hunting. And remember, a great hunt begins at Jelco Outdoors.
Fall is here, and that means cooler weather, football, and family, which makes it the perfect time to visit Southern Tire Mart, your family's #1 tire store. Southern Tire Mart is your trusted partner for top quality tires, professional services, and competitive pricing. Visit us in Fort Smith at 9700 Highway 271 and let us ensure your vehicle is ready for anything fall brings your way. Southern Tire Mart is a proud dealer of Yokohama tires. We keep America rolling.
This is Northside head football coach Felix Curry. I call 782-8940. That's 782-8940.
Hi, this is Ricky Smith, head basketball coach for the Northside Lady Bears. I dial 782-8940. That's 782-8940.
Football and fall, what a great time of the year. It's also a great time to take advantage of York factory rebates on high-efficiency HVAC products. Give us a call at 782-8940.
That's 782-8940.
Get the best deals of the year on select New Holland tractors and hay equipment right now at WT Equipment during New Holland's year-end value bonanza. Get the biggest savings with cash back plus 0% interest, $0 down, and 0 due until 2025. Don't miss your chance to harvest our best deals on New Holland's best equipment during value bonanza now at WT Equipment. Offer ends December 31st or while supplies last. For commercial use only. Subject to credit approval and CNH Industrial Capital America LLC approval. Standard terms, conditions, and restrictions apply.
You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Good morning, Chuck and Bo. Love you, Chuck. Been listening to you dang near all my life calling games. Certainly excited about y'all's new show. I've listened every morning.
Sam Pittman was on the show yesterday. He said this about his defensive coordinator.
He's a great person, and so I knew I knew some things I was going to get right after the interview. Matter of fact, right after I interviewed him, I called Hunter and I said I found my guy. I knew I was going to get a recruiter. Anytime a guy becomes known as a recruiter, he also becomes known as a player's coach, and I knew that he could motivate the kids that he coached. I knew all those things. He was better than I thought that he would be even, and I knew he was going to be good, but he was better the first year than I thought even he was going to be. And then I knew that if we could keep the staff around him, that we could be pretty good.
So that's Coach Pittman on the show yesterday. Coming up at 7:30-ish, we're going to have Travis Williams on the show.
I'm looking forward to that. Looking forward to hearing what he has to say. You know, one of the things that from afar, when you watch him, it's obvious that his kids want to play for him. It's been my experience over the years watching all this and being around it. Your kids only want to play for you if they know you love them. There is no other way. And when they feel that way, not only will they play for you, they will let you coach them as hard as you want. They will let you push them to a place that they never imagined they could go. And they'll do it without complaint. Whereas if they don't think that you love them, they're not going to do anything for you. And I don't know if it's always been that way or not. I don't know. But I know that's the way it is now. And he coaches them hard. I mean, he coaches them hard. I'm talking about T-Will. But he also loves them, and they know it. And they'll run through a wall for him. And that does not guarantee you success. But I'm going to tell you, I've watched it long enough to know if you don't have that, you don't have a chance.
He's really come on the scene nationally. People are talking about him all over college football. They're writing about him, talking about how he's going to be a head coach.
He probably will be.
I mean, can we just give Pittman credit for the things that he's done? I don't hear a lot of that.
Some people
I hear a lot
can.
of negative,
Most
but,
people
like,
can.
I mean, he went out and made moves. Got a defensive coordinator that had to replace Barry Odom, and we know how much Odom's respected in college football, especially as a defensive mind. But you're seeing what he's doing at UNLV as a head coach again. You go get T-Will. No, people did not really know who he was. I mean, he was not a coordinator for long. He went to UCF with Gus, and I knew him from doing the TV show there. Most people didn't know who T-Will was, and certainly, to jump into the SEC as a coordinator, I mean, and he just seemingly gets better. And like those guys on that side of the ball, we didn't even know who they were, a lot of them.
I think he got his feet underneath him as a coach. I think he's a better coach today, and I'm not one to judge the quality of coaches. I will say that right away, but it seems as though watching him, and the results say this, that he's a better coach now than he was the first year he was here. And you would expect that. You would certainly hope that. I don't care what you're hiring somebody to do. You're going to hope that they continue to improve while they're doing it. And your job's to help them do that. And I think they've been successful on that side of the ball. Now, they got to make sure nobody gets hurt. That's important. And you got to get some breaks along the way. But certainly what they've done so far, what he's done and what they've allowed him to do and recruited has made that side of the ball a lot better.
We've got controversy involving me and my integrity.
Well,
Let's not act like it's the first time for any of us.
Wow.
For any of us.
Wow, I'm broken. You're going to have to finish the segment.
So what's the deal with the beard?
I'd like to apologize.
What's the deal with the
for
beard?
my total lack of integrity. the beard thing. What is the deal? Like, we're getting text. Go back and listen to the tape. You said you'd shave your beard.
That's not accurate. That's just not.
First of all, why does anybody care?
It was my understanding there was not going to be fact checking today. That was my understanding.
You said I'll come in, but no fact checking.
Maybe I got some bad information.
Right.
But go ahead, Bart. If you must, go ahead.
Well,
those other guys seem like they have fun without it. Chuck's like, let me give it a try.
That's right.
It's great.
So anyhow, what's the story? Bart, you're fact checking.
Right. And so it was a text from Daniel in Greenwood who said that if Arkansas beats Tennessee, don't even touch your beard until the end of the season. And we read that text on the air, and that was that. That was the end of the story.
Well,
and Arkansas beat Tennessee.
This unidentified 479 texter is saying he specifically, or maybe it's a female, I don't know. I specifically remember the beard comment. Bo said he would shave it if Arkansas won. Listen to the tape.
It's just factually
Let's
inaccurate.
go to the tape. Let's go to the tape.
Where's the tape?
We are fact-checking here, and that's inaccurate.
I mean, I'll do it right now. If it's,
So you're saying the tape does not exist. Is that what you're saying? That if you were to play the tape, it would not be Bo saying, I'm going to shave my beard if they beat Tennessee. It's not there.
Correct.
All right. Wow.
Austin said, never mind the beard. What's Bo benching now?
Yeah, you are pretty jacked over there, man. What's the deal?
It's a ruse.
Yeah, well, I know that, but I'm
it's a
just
facade.
saying, what's the deal?
Yeah, there's no deal. 877-377-6963.
There was awkward silence after that, wasn't there?
How many push-ups can you do, Chuck?
I don't know.
For charity.
Right now, I can't do
For
any.
a goalpost.
I have an injured shoulder right
Yeah.
now. Otherwise, I'd probably do 20 or 30 in front of you right now.
Yeah. Are you suffering from atrophy? Muscular atrophy?
There was some atrophy involved, yes. And but right now, if I were to do it right now, I mean,
what about one hand?
All
One
the
hand,
damage
one
that
arm.
was repaired would be. No, I wouldn't do a one arm one. I couldn't do it.
When you get back to full strength, I think we should do a weekly fitness tip with you.
I don't think I don't think I'm the one.
No?
I don't know. I don't think I'm the one to run that campaign.
You think we could get Basil to take a break from his show and hop on and do one?
Well, I mean,
Like
if you want
once
to
a
build,
week,
if
we
you want
sold
to
it,
build
if
a
we sell it.
campaign around somebody, in terms of healthy living,
David Hasselhoff.
I don't know that I'm the one. That's all that I'm saying.
I don't know. You look good. you look good.
Are you going to shave your beard or not? I mean,
I don't know.
Let's
Like,
get back to the
y'all
matter
need
at
to
hand.
decide.
Are you going to shave that beard
You
or what?
need to decide. I don't know. It's not my. I don't want to break a promise.
There was no promise. There was no promise.
I mean, I will, but I don't want to.
I think you just got to let it grow, man. Do whatever you want.
Now the beard stays.
T. Will's coming up next. Arkansas defensive coordinator on the Chuck and Bo Show.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Everyone remembers the Florida A&M game, and later became known here in Pulaski County as Rattlergate.
Man, I've got some good news. Sweatinum Cosmetic is not just for females. Turns out us guys want to look and feel good too. Why be tired, lethargic, and overweight when we don't have to be? Sure, diet and exercise matter, but there can also be a lot more going on. For example, low testosterone is a real thing among many adult males, not just the old guys. I've heard about the weight loss shots and the low T ads before, and I've been skeptical. But then I stopped by my friend's office, Dr. Jeff Sweatinum. He showed me around that first-class facility and said, here's what we're doing for guys. It's called the Sweatinum Edge. You make an appointment, get a free evaluation covering 4 potential issues: hormones, weight loss, hair loss, and skin. Find out where you are and decide if treatment is right for you. Log on to SweatinumCosmetic.com, SweatinumCosmetic.com, and click on the Sweatinum Edge, or call 479-966-4174 and tell them you heard about the Sweatinum Edge on the Chuck and Bo Show.
You say, well, that's a tough thing to say. Well, we live in a tough world.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Together we stand as tall as the Tower of Old Maid. Our memories are etched in stone like names on senior walk. and our blood flows Razorback red. For 100 years, we've been hog wild, and today we continue the tradition. We are Arkansas Razorbacks.
Listen to every Razorback football game this season right here on ESPN 95.3 and hitthatline.com.
The best things in life never change. They just get better, like Hardee's Original Bag, just $6.99. Loaded with fries, a drink, and 2 full-size favorites. A juicy charbroiled double cheeseburger, melty hot ham and cheese sandwich, or crispy hand-breaded chicken tender wrap. Choose any 2 plus fries and a drink, all only $6.99. Hardee's Original Bag, loaded with handcrafted goodness. It's the greatest meal deal for your buck. Available for a limited time at participating restaurants.
Hanging with Danny Cobb at American Welding Laboratories. Danny, tell us about the school.
Well, Tommy, we're going on 3 years in operation. We teach all aspects of welding, from stick welding all the way to combination pipe.
So how's the job market these days?
Job market's wide open, whether you want to stay local or hit the road. As a licensed institution, we have access to many grants, including the GI Bill now.
Great. How do we get started?
Come by 4400 South 16th, take a tour, talk to our instructors.
It's American Welding Laboratories. Find out more at theweldinglab.com.
They say consistency is the key to success. They weren't wrong. So how about grabbing a beer that's consistently smooth, consistently refreshing, and consistently light? You might just find that the road to success can be pretty enjoyable. Michelob Ultra, the perfect balance of taste and refreshment, and only 2.6 carbs and 95 calories. It's only worth it if you enjoy it. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
The Wave Rural Connect Shoal Creek Zone is open. Fast fiber internet, TV,
Coach,
and
welcome
home
to the
phone
show.
available.
Oh,
this covers Midway, New Blaine, Scranton, Delaware, and other areas.
Coach,
Even if
welcome
this
to the
isn't
show.
your zone, check your address. We might be available for you. Get your whole home solution. Internet, TV, and phone from a local provider. Go to signup.waveruralconnect.com or call 1-833-492-8372. Arkansas Valley Electric and Wave Rural Connect, changing the communities we serve.
It's Ty Richardson with owner and operator Cecil Gardner with Jazzco Graphics. 16 years in the industry. How do people see what you've made over the years, Cecil?
Google, Yahoo it, or Bing it. Jazzco Graphics Design, JAAZCO, Monday through Saturdays, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. And sometimes I'm here after. So if that open sign is on, I'm here. Y'all come on in. Jazzco Graphics Design, 2415 Midland. It's on the corner of Midland and Kelly. Jazzco Graphics, the one-stop shop.
Watch every Hog game this season at Joe's Grill and Cantina, your home for half-price apps and taps during every Hog game. With TVs all around the restaurant, you'll have a front row seat for all the action. Half-price appetizers like Joe's Sampler Platter, Ballpark Nachos, 10-layer dip, brisket nachos, and Mexican pizza. And ask about Joe's tailgate packages to make your football experience even better in the comfort of your home. Half-price apps and taps for every Hog game at Joe's Grill and Cantina, 3400 South 74th Street, across from Harps.
Hey, it's Matt Jones. Join me, Phil, and Dr. Charles Liggett every Monday at 12:15 for my favorite segment, 3 Up, 3 Down.
My second up, T-Will, the game plan that he put together, that was fun to watch.
3 Up, 3 Down is presented by River Valley Smile Center. I'm a patient there, and you can be too. Visit rivervalleysmiles.com or give them a call at 479-646-0706. That's River Valley Smile Center. When you come here, you become family.
You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
All you kids, anytime there's any problem, anytime somebody's, well, why don't you get YouTube TV?
Well,
Well,
it's
why
the way
don't
to
you
go.
get
It's
Sling?
just there's-
Why don't you, I mean, you've always got the answer.
Right.
You've always got the answer.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Hey, we got football coming up tonight. ESPN, actually ESPN2. The much anticipated Coastal Carolina James Madison matchup tonight. Both teams 4-1, Bart. Both teams 4-1 tonight. Middle Tennessee, La Tech, UTEP, and Western Kentucky.
Don't forget about the NFL Prime game.
That's right. And since I've subscribed to Prime, I feel like I have to watch it. You know, yesterday you had a chance to sit down and talk to T-Will. We've talked about the Arkansas defense a lot. Travis Williams, the defensive coordinator, all the strides that have been made, the way they played, and the way they've helped Arkansas win. Due to scheduling, this was done yesterday. And I think it's a good conversation. I'm looking forward to hearing more of it.
Coach, welcome to the show.
Oh, man, awesome to be here. Super excited, super excited.
Yeah. Are you riding off some sort of emotional high still from Saturday? I know you try to stay not too high, not too low, but man.
No, it was awesome, man. I'm just fired up for the guys, the players, and you know what's crazy about this profession is you have to flush it. You have to flush it, man. Now the good thing is we got a bye week, but we got to move on to LSU, and but I get it, the feeling and that emotional high, and but we got to continue to get better and keep the main thing.
What's been, from your standpoint, the keys that's allowed you to be successful so far?
You know what? The first thing before the calls and the plays, like, man, it's the players playing hard. Like, always challenging when other teams watch our defense. You know, you want them to say, man, golly, they play hard. You know, the calls are the calls, but the calls ain't worth the crap if the player's not playing hard. So we start off with that, just being violent on defense, getting to the ball like our hair is on fire, getting the ball with bad intentions. So it started with just the way we approach the game, getting to the ball.
Did you know what your roster could be? I know we're only at the halfway point, and it's a 4-2 team, but it's a team that has gotten better, that looks better than it did maybe going into the season for some people. Did you know what you had? I mean, you had a bunch of guys out of the portal that a lot of fans didn't even necessarily know their names.
Right. I'd be lying to you to say if I knew. I didn't know, but we knew we had coaches that are, you know, want to get better. We want to get better as a defense, and it's a standard, you know. So we know if we can get them to the ball and believe in everything that we're saying, we got a chance. And then it's up to us to kind of get the talent and the pieces in the right places. But then you start going to practice, and you be like, hey, you know what, man, we got something here. You know, if we can stay healthy and we can do, you know, some things schematically to help us, you know, we definitely have a chance. And it's year 2 in the scheme as well, so we should be a little better.
Tell me about the progression, because, you know, you go through a few weeks where it's like, man, they're not getting enough pressure on the quarterback or whatever. Yeah. You know, you've got some guys up there in the D line. It's not as if you don't have players, but there's been a progression. What has emerged?
You know what, just figuring out well, they figuring out, okay, where's 40? We're going to slide and we're going to chip to 40. So we got to do different things to free them up and do different things scheme-wise so they don't just kind of all just look at 40 and do some things in the pressure. But again, when we looked at it last year, we were so good. Like when we got guys 3rd and 7+, if you watch everybody around the country, you know, the less you pressure, the better you are. So we're a lot better on 3rd down and not pressuring. So it just depends on what teams are giving us and different things like that. And then going into it, we said, okay, we're going to see if you can block these 4 guys up front. And what teams are doing, like we said, is just sliding the landing and chipping land and doing some different things. Okay, well, we're going to do some things so you can't do that. So just kind of just seeing what teams are doing and fixing our scheme to help us out.
A lot of questions around linebacker going into the season. What's emerged there for you? Guys that we didn't know, we know now.
Man, it's just – for me personally, I took pride in it. Like, I knew what people were saying, but, like, I mean, I'm a linebacker coach. So it's like that would be the last thing, you know, we'll be worried about. And winning the portal, and we got guys, and we got some young guys that's stepping up and extra hours and doing some different things to get guys caught up. And it's just a room that just really take pride in their performance and understanding what the outside is saying. But at the end of the day, we got to show up on Saturdays and play. So I'm very proud of where we're at right now, and we got a lot of things we got to clean up.
One thing that stood out to me about the way you went after Tennessee's offense, you know, 3-3-5 at times during the game and mixed it up a little bit. You can call, and you kind of alluded to this, whatever you want to call. But schematically, being able to call some of those things and then have the talent and the guys execute, I mean, we act like that's easy. It's not. Especially in this league when you're playing guys that can make you look silly.
Right, right.
Tell me how about, like, just how that's happened.
You know what? Every week we put some type of scheme in to stop what the offense is doing. And that Monday when we went to practice, we put it up there and the guys' eyes just got big. They saw it as something fun to do. And we just told them, like, if we do this, this can happen. We're watching film, so I do a lot of it here, but when I go home, I'm watching a lot of tape by myself. That's kind of when I get my thoughts. And so, I mean, you know what? Every time they got this look, they did this. And it's go back to 2021, 22, just watching every team that they played and trying to get a beat on, you know, what are their identities once they see a certain look. And I saw it. I said, the whole goal is, okay, if we can get them to 12 personnel, then perfect, we got them. We got them where we want them. They're kind of playing our type of game. They got in 12 personnel, so we switched personnels to fit that, and they 12 personnel made 11 because they still wanted to take the shots. And I said, oh, okay, I see what you're doing. So we just stay in the 3-3-5 and just, be fine there. But, man, Coach Heupel, he's really good at what he does. Like, he's an offensive genius. So we were just really just trying to slow him down and give us a chance at least, and it kind of worked throughout the game.
I think sometimes you can't be as multiple as you want to as a coordinator. How do you feel about this group and the ability to change defenses and do all the things you got to do to win in this league?
I mean, we got so many different pieces, and, it's like that next man up, who can help us win. Larry Worth, who wasn't a starter, played for us, but was more playing a lot of special teams. And he goes out there and he starts and play 40-something snaps and doing some really good stuff. And then when he was at Jacksonville State, when we watched his portal film, he was that middle safety in that 3-3 high stuff, and he was making tackle after tackle. I said, man, you know what? This is what he does well. Let's figure it out. Like, we could get him on the field. And he's 6'4", 220, and got a 41-inch vertical. And, okay, how can we get this guy on the field? So just as a coaching staff, trying to figure out different pieces and how we can get these guys on the field. So each week is a scheme, and each week we try to figure out what can we do to stop an offense. And it just happened to be this week where we put in something a little different.
Who are the guys, maybe by name, that have emerged? I know you could list everybody, but have really jumped since week one to the midpoint of the season?
You know what? I think Xavier Sori is doing a really good job. He can run. He's fast. He's explosive. He makes plays for us. I think if you just look at that game, the 3-3 or 3-2-6, whatever you want to call it, does not work without a defensive line. And watching Eric Gregory and watching Cam Ball and watching Landon and those guys get after it with just sending 4 guys was really good. I think Eric Gregory is playing some really good football, and Cam Ball is playing some really good football, and Landon. The thing is, people know Landon, and he's a really good player, but he's a humble guy that comes to work every day. A lot of times your best players are like your prima donnas. Man, that dude, they'll come to work, and it's like he'll run in there and he'll take on a pulling guard or a tight end coming back across 100 miles an hour at practice. And I look at Coach Adams like, hey, but he doesn't want to get out, So that's our best players come to practice. That's why our defense is playing the way they are.
Travis Williams, Arkansas defensive coordinator, our guest. How have you been able to connect with your guys the way that you have? They seem to play for each other. That's what every coach wants to have. Not every coach gets it.
Right. Man, I don't know. I don't know if I have any type of secret sauce. I just think it's just time, spending time with them and building with them and, dodgeball, bringing them over the house, paintball. I mean, we got a manhood program that we got defensively that we don't even talk football. We just talking about this building of the man and different things like that. And I think all of that matters because we're going to ask them to do hard things, but we're going to have fun, and they know we care about them. And I think that's probably like our secret sauce, to be honest with you.
All right, I know you got to get out of here to a meeting. One more question.
Okay.
Got to get ready for LSU now. What's going to be the key to having a great bye week and being ready to play that game?
Preparation, just like each week, preparation, and we got to flush it. A good win, a loss, we have to flush it and move on. And that's what we talked about as a defense. Like, hey guys, flush it. Just what I want you to do: dap your brother up and say, hey, "Good game, flush it." So everybody dapping each other up. Good game, flush it. Good game, flush it. Good game, flush it. Because I get it, right? Social media and everything is awesome right now, which they deserve it. But man, we got 6 more games left. So we'll look at the end and we'll see right now we're writing our chapters, and at the end of the season we'll read that book. But right now the season isn't over. Like, we at the halfway point. It's no different from us coming in at halftime and you're up 3-0 or whatever we were up this past game. Hey guys, the game isn't over. Like, we didn't come here to play a good half. We come here to play a good game. So we didn't start the season to play a good half of the season. We come to play a whole total season. And if we could keep our eyes on that prize and keep the mission being the mission, I think we'll be fine.
Hey, thanks for squeezing us in between meetings, Coach T. Will.
No doubt. Thank you so
good
much,
luck.
brother.
Go flush it.
Well, gotta flush
Go
it.
flush it. Go win the next one.
Gotta flush it, man. We will. Thank you so much.
We'll do it again sometime, man.
Yes,
Appreciate
sir.
you.
Appreciate you. Yes, sir.
That was good. That was very well done. Very informative.
He's great.
He is good. I wrote a lot of notes down during the conversation.
As you should.
Well, I mean,
how about him talking about Landon Jackson?
You know, that's an interesting topic right there, and not just the way he approaches every day, but you know, early in the season, people were like, well, what's going on with Landon Jackson? How come he's not playing well? Well, it wasn't that he was not playing well. It's just that, you know, other teams were doing certain things, and now you see Arkansas adjust. And I think the fact that Cameron Ball and Eric Gregory are playing as well as they are right now, I think that's going to help Landon Jackson play better. To me, you know, the way Cameron Ball he just exploded on that quarterback on that sack that he got Saturday night, and I think that helps Landon Jackson too.
I hesitate sometimes to talk about all the positive things going on because people then turn that into thinking it's a prediction for what's going to happen the rest of the way, and we don't know what will happen the rest of the way. We can all predict and guess and whatever, but each week's its own thing. What I've been impressed by with Arkansas, Chuck, this season at 4-2 and their best start in the SEC in how many years? 13. 2-1. First time they've gotten that kind of start in 13 years. They have gotten better. They have improved in the areas they've struggled in. They're not perfect, but like the defensive line, starting to figure it out. The defense, adjusting, seeing what teams are doing to them, figuring it out. Offensively, the offensive line, much better performance, figuring it out. I don't know what else you can ask a team to do.
I think he's got two very good preparers as his coordinators, and I think that's the key to the confidence of this football team right now. The thing that I wrote down first among what T. Will said there was film preparation 2021. You know, you go back and you look at all the tendencies, not just from last week, not just from the week before that, but every game they've played since that staff's been there. If you're the defensive coordinator, you're looking at film of every game they've played since whoever's calling the plays was there, in this case the head coach. And I know that from an offensive standpoint, I know this, and anybody that travels or is part of that organization will tell you this. Their confidence comes because they know they're prepared. They know they're prepared. And I see that on the defensive side of the ball now with T. Will. I see that with his unit. The best defenses, the best teams, the best offenses. Confidence is not about because you're bigger and badder, you did this or you did that. It's because you're prepared. When you've got command of the situation in your mind, that's when you're at your best. And I think he's got two very good preparers on both sides of the ball. And I think that's one of the real keys to the improvement that we've seen.
It's a good word. And First Security is a good bank. The official bank of the Chuck and Bo Show is in a First Security location yesterday, Chuck. It's so friendly and so welcoming. Such a great environment.
It's an Arkansas place.
It's an Arkansas place. That's exactly right. Friendly, local banking. You can bank better. You know you're dealing with an Arkansas kind of place. All over Arkansas. First Security Bank, convenient locations. Check them out online, fsbank.com. Bank better at First Security Bank, member FDIC. It's the Chuck and Bo Show, 877-377-6963. If you want to jump in here, 747. Good morning.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
I think that having Brian, allowing him to call in occasionally, is a healthy reminder of why you don't like Texas.
Hey, if you're thinking about buying or selling a home, now more than ever, it's important to partner with a well-trained real estate professional, someone who understands all the ins and outs of the game and makes sense of all the things we read about in the real estate market every day. That's why I've partnered with Weichert Realtors, the Griffin Company, from the very beginning. And that's why I recommend them to you. I remember the first time I bought a home. I didn't have any idea what was going on. They did, fortunately, and they guided me through the process. They listened, and perhaps that's the most important thing. You want someone on your side of the table who understands your needs and who listens Now, they've got offices in Northwest Arkansas. They're in Fayetteville and Bentonville. They're in the River Valley as well in Fort Smith. You hear us talking about their office in Branson. You're going to see their yellow signs all over town. And you can log on to WeichertGriffin.com. Weichert Realtors, the Griffin Company, turning houses into homes since 1978.
You know, there's a sense of pride when it comes to things built in our state, and you can add Flyway Brewing to the list, a craft brewery with roots in North Little Rock dating back to 2013, with popular flavors like Blue Wing Berry Wheat Ale, the Honeybird Blonde, and the Early Bird IPA. There's no shortage to enjoy a tasty craft beer flight at the Flyway Brewery in Fayetteville, 1550 East Scion Road, or in North Little Rock at 314 Maple Street. Flyway Craft Beer, also available in restaurants and stores everywhere.
Now is the time to join Hogs Plus, the Netflix for Razorback fans.
Arkansas wins it. Here they come.
Documentaries, exclusive interviews,
people everywhere, and then next thing you know, it's just everybody's packed.
Insider access, and an incredible library of films.
Arkansas leads it by 3.
A membership like no other.
I don't think it gets any better than this.
Oh, you're giving me goosebumps now.
Start your free trial today at hogsplus.com.
The tailgating scene on a perfect fall day in the natural state. Calling the Hogs with 75,000 plus as the Razorbacks run through the A. And all the things you love about football game days are near. Football season tickets are now on sale for marquee matchups against LSU, Ole Miss, and longtime rival and new SEC foe, Texas.
Slant caught, touchdown Arkansas.
Experience game day on the Hill and secure your seat and tailgating space by visiting ArkansasRazorbacks.com or by calling the Hogs at 800-982-HOGS.
Oaklawn is your hot springs escape. Enjoy plush comfort, upscale dining, and Arkansas's only Forbes 4-star rated spa at our luxury hotel. And with easy access to Hot Springs National Park and sparkling lakes, Oaklawn is your home base for everything the region has to offer. Come stay, play, and get away at Oaklawn, a Forbes Travel Guide recommended hotel. Make your reservation at oaklawn.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-522-4700.
I want to make a couple of points here because I have the floor.
All of it.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Arkansas is special. Our people are honest and hardworking. The Brad Hendricks Law Firm is pure Arkansas. We were raised here, we live here, and we're straight shooters. Unfortunately, out-of-state lawyers who care nothing about Arkansas are advertising for your legal business. They don't understand that you don't hand Arkansans a pile of cow dung and try to tell us it's a rose. Don't be just a number. Call the Brad Hendricks Law Firm. Tradition, reputation, results.
Bet Saracen is Arkansas's #1 mobile app for placing sports wagers.
In Arkansas, 7 out of every $10 placed on a sporting bet app is with Bet Saracen, because Bet Saracen offers more ways to win and more ways to get paid, and faster. Find your winners on Bet Saracen and look for my R prop bet specials. I pick them and you win them.
Bet Saracen is Arkansas's favorite sports wagering app.
Gambling problem? Call 800-522-4700.
This is Daryl Johnston with Hashtag Managed IT Services. We are excited to now be part of AAA Business Systems. Hashtag will continue to handle every IT need your business will have, and now, as part of AAA Business Systems, we can handle all of your document printing and storage solutions. Together, we have the expertise to meet all of your office technology needs. Find us online at aaabm.com or call us at 471-1771.
The Wave Rural Connect Shoal Creek Zone is open. Fast fiber internet, TV, and home phone available. This covers Midway, New Blaine, Scranton, Delaware, and other areas. Even if this isn't your zone, check your address. We might be available for you. Get your whole home solution. Internet, TV, and phone from a local provider. Go to signup.waveruralconnect.com or call 1-833-492-8372. Arkansas Valley Electric and Wave Rural Connect, changing the communities we serve.
You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
And their families said they'd never amount to anything. The Chuck and Bo Show.
Jury's still out. Jury's still out.
Well, it's every day, Chuck. You got to flush it and move forward.
That's exactly
every day.
right.
There's like a good segment on this show. We just flush it and go to the next one.
It's like it never even happened.
T-Will was great. I want to thank him for coming on the show. Coach Pittman for coming on the show this week. Again, people are still on me. I mean, this is really an attack on my character, and I may have to shave the beard because not everybody's buying into the fact-checking. They say that, like I said, that I would shave my beard if Arkansas beat Tennessee. And I do remember saying that, but I thought we changed it because other fans thought it wasn't in the best interest of the program, not the show, the actual Arkansas football program. They thought it wasn't in the best interest.
I mean, if you shave your beard and then they start losing, it's your fault.
Right. So which is it? Well, I mean, you guys can decide. You just let me know. I'm fine either way.
Well, I mean,
now there's people saying if they beat LSU, then you can do it then.
You know the right thing to do.
For Halloween, I'm going to actually grow the hair that I have back, which is the Paul Feinbaum look.
Yeah.
That's a great idea for Halloween.
You're going to go as Paul Feinbaum?
Paul Feinbaum.
Yeah. Well, you got to grow that hair out on the sides.
Yeah.
And you got to have it
Then I'd have to shave the beard and just have the reverse mohawk.
Yeah, yeah. That's what, well, I mean, hey, it'd be a good look.
Yeah.
Be a good look.
It's a good idea.
I think you could pull it off.
Or we could do like a Feinbaum gone bad and I could have like a cigarette hanging out my mouth.
Feinbaum gone bad.
A case of Natty Light, walk around.
Can't you picture
Give me
that
some
guy
candy.
with his
tie
tied around his head like a headband?
I'm just going to carry that piece of the goalpost under my arm for Halloween.
That one you're going to pay for with 500 crisp C-notes.
$500
and not a dime more.
Piece of the goalpost commemorating the win over Tennessee and support the NIL cause. It's the Chuck and Bo Show approaching 8 o'clock. Good morning.
Ty Story, high school football coach and former college quarterback.
I love coaching, but it's a lot more fun after LASIK. Now when I'm coaching, I can focus on my players and not my eyes. After LASIK, my eyes are even better than before when I had glasses or wore contacts. The McDonald Eye Team was great. They put me at ease. I couldn't believe how well I was seeing the day after surgery. Good vision and good football go together. I'm really glad I trusted my eyes to McDonald Eye Associates.
See your best with safe and affordable LASIK from McDonald Eye Associates. Register for your free consultation at mcdonaldeye.com.
You know, for me, when it comes to finding the perfect diamond, there's just one name that stands above the rest in Northwest Arkansas: Blakeman's Fine Jewelry. As the region's premier experts for diamonds, Blakeman's offers an unparalleled selection of brilliant stones, hand-picked for their quality and beauty. And they don't just help you find the perfect stone, they educate you every step of the way. So whether it's a proposal, celebrating an anniversary, or maybe just treating yourself, Blakeman's is where your search ends and your story begins.
With Oaklawn Sports, the action never stops and the season is never over. It's now easier than ever to wager on your favorite sports all year long. Go from football to basketball to baseball to golf. Bet on what you want, when you want, with the brand you trust. Oaklawn Sports even offers ways to bet on cricket, rugby, table tennis, and more. If it's a sport, chances are you can wager on it. Plus, it's now simpler to deposit and withdraw money from your account. Bet all year long with Oaklawn Sports, Arkansas's best sports betting app. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-522-4700.
Fayetteville Auto Park has been Northwest Arkansas's premier automotive dealer for a long time. There's a reason for that. It starts with great brands: Acura, Chevrolet, Honda, Toyota. Plus, they've got a huge pre-owned inventory. They've got an on-site collision center. And that really is what makes them your one-stop automotive headquarters. The best brands, the best people, the best service, and the best selection. Whatever your automotive needs, Fayetteville Auto Park.
We want to make sure that you can read some ludicrous lyrics on his 47th birthday today.
I can do that one. Roll out, roll out.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Watch every Hog game this season at Joe's Grill and Cantina, your home for half-price apps and taps during every Hog game. With TVs all around the restaurant, you'll have a front row seat for all the action. Half-price appetizers like Joe's Sampler Platter, Ballpark Nachos, 10-layer dip, brisket nachos, and Mexican pizza. And ask about Joe's tailgate packages to make your football experience even better in the comfort of your home. Half-price apps and taps for every Hog game at Joe's Grill and Cantina, 3400 South 74th Street, across from Harps.
ESPN Arkansas weather.
For today, we'll see lots of sunshine with highs in the low to mid 80s, a southeast wind under 10 miles an hour. Starry skies tonight, lows in the low to mid 50s. Sunny for Sunday with highs in the mid 80s. Staying mostly clear tomorrow night with lows around 55. Sunny for Saturday with highs in the upper 80s. I'm Matthew Harding with your forecast on ESPN Arkansas.
The weather is brought to you by In Good Spirits, Fort Smith's premier source for fine wines, specialty beers, and liquor.
It's Ty Richardson with owner and operator Cecil Gardner with Jazzco Graphics.
What makes you unique from other stores in the area?
I try to build a great relationship with all of my customers. I can do just anything from cars to food trucks to signs, banners. I do a lot of custom this and that. I'll say 100% of anybody come in here, they leave out happy. Jazzco Graphics Design, 2415 Midland. It's on the corner of Midland and Kelly. Jazzco Graphics, the one-stop shop.
Arkansas Fuel Injection in Fort Smith has been providing quality work for all new and rebuilt diesel pumps and injectors for over 25 years. They are a certified diesel shop with a team of quality technicians that ensure the highest quality workmanship and warranties all their work. They're open Monday through Friday 8 to 5 and has emergency service available 24 hours a day. For all your diesel pump, fuel injection, and parts needs, stop by Arkansas Fuel Injection, 6300 South 29th Street, Fort Smith. Call them today at 1-800-817-7709. Arkansas Fuel Injection.
From the Bushlight Studios, this is ESPN 95.3, KERX Paris, Fort Smith.
Are you sure this is legal?
I don't know. It's fun though, isn't it?
Ty Richardson live at Rainwater's Men's Clothing and Tuxedo Rental. Galen, 50 years.
This will be our 50th year in business. A lot of customers get us confused as only a rental place where they rent for proms and weddings, but we've classically been the men's store in Fort Smith, Arkansas. We try to be a little different. You can come in and look different at Rainwater's.
When you stop by, make sure to tell Gale and his staff that Ty sent you.
Rainwater's Men's Clothing and Tuxedo Rental, where it's fun to look good.
Your home is your biggest asset. So when you decide to add a sunroom, a patio cover, a new driveway, or new windows, you need to call a company you can trust. Sawyers has been part of your community for over 30 years. They're insured, licensed, and have 100% financing for all of their products. Take all the worry out of your next project. Call Sawyers and let them handle it from permitting to completion. Sawyers, serving the River Valley and Northwest Arkansas with a full showroom located in Fort Smith or online at sawyers-sunrooms.com.
Looking to protect yourself and your family this flu season? Law's Drug Store at 6802 Rogers Avenue offers the latest vaccines for adults and seniors in both COVID-19 and the flu. Law's Drug Store has friendly pharmacists ready to assist you with no appointment necessary. Call 452-6116. It's quick, it's easy, and in most cases, free with your insurance. Law's Drug Store, 6802 Rogers Avenue behind Outback Steakhouse. Open 6 days a week to care for you and your family.
Hey, it's Ty Richardson. We're live at First Financial Mortgage. My friend Ethan Adamson. Ethan, I got a good recommendation from a friend. You go to your Google reviews right now, you guys are at 4.9 for First Financial Mortgage.
Yeah, we've got the most Google reviews by any lending company in the River Valley by more than double. We really pride ourselves on those Google reviews, try to make everyone's experience really well, and that way they'll refer us to other people. Call 479-782-9300. Weekdays 8 to 5, ffb1.com. First Financial Mortgage, in the business of you, equal housing lender.
You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
Previously heard on Chuck and Bo.
This is a public service announcement for guys my age. Always subscribe. Always.
Wait, I have to admit, I thought you were going straight into low T right there.
Always subscribe with the card that is nearest the expiration date.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
That was a call play, and I called it.
The show of record for Razorback fans.
I'm ready to roll right now, Bo.
Can you believe we're doing this?
This brings back.
Just like old times.
This is getting ridiculous, Bo Mattingly.
Northwest Arkansas is growing. It deserves an intelligent sports radio.
Two ball play guys with a face for radio.
Let's make another excuse for this jackwater.
That's right.
Presented by First Security Bank. By Kurt Realtors, the Griffin Company. Pasco Air, Plumbing and Electric. Flight by Yingling and Fayetteville Auto Park. And now, Chuck and Bo.
Something's wrong.
Oh, you can't hear? Chuck's headphones.
I
Bart
don't
was
know.
messing with him.
Something just went
He
wrong.
was messing with him.
I was talking and I was
2 good hours and just
I was
like
about
that.
to like
falls
open the
apart.
third hour. I didn't think I was on the air.
Yeah, I mean, I was wondering what was going on over there.
Well, I was too.
That's like the day that I was talking and I couldn't, and you were somewhere else and I didn't know you were there.
Yeah,
It was a disaster.
I remember that.
It's a disaster.
What I was going to say was that the public reaction, response, whatever you want to call it, to the possibility of you shaving or not shaving has been overwhelming, and I'm not really sure what. I'm not sure if I'm comfortable with that or not.
I don't. It's very weird.
It is weird. It's just flat out weird. It's strange. Good God.
I think you just
Should he
made
shave? Should he not shave?
I think you just made it more weird.
Yeah.
It was weird, and now it's really weird. Brian and Ozark, perfect timing. Brian, good morning. Turn your radio down, Brian. Come on.
You're a veteran, Brian.
Good mercy, man.
No, I just like to hear y'all bitch and complain. Anyway.
We haven't done that at all. What are you talking about? We don't do that. You got the wrong show.
You're right. That's the idiots on at 2 o'clock. So, anyways.
Could hear a pin drop.
I heard a comment yesterday, and I'd like to take you up on it. A personal bet.
All right.
Personal bet.
Made the comment, you think OU's going to beat Texas? You can have OU, and I'll give you the points. The 14.5.
Wow. It's 15 now, Bart said. I don't want to confuse you.
That's all right.
Does that change your viewpoint, 14.5 to 15?
Doesn't change my point at all, because OU won't compete in that game.
Now, I did tell Bart that normally I would jump all over that point spread, but OU cannot score. Texas could have an off day and still win like 21-0. And
yeah, kind of like, when Arch Manning, they started their SEC season, that was the worst game Texas has played in 2 years and still beat Mississippi State.
Well, now, see, I say that you've got a good chance to beat Oklahoma, and you turn it into some Arch Manning, greatest team ever, and nobody's. I mean,
what's the bet?
I don't feel that way about.
What's the bet you want to make?
He's going to give.
I'll tell you what.
Go ahead, Brian.
I don't know. We can bet whatever, but I just said I'd give you OU and the 15 points right now.
We can bet whatever.
Yeah.
Let's bet 6 inches of goalpost. Let's go that route.
Again, I didn't quite hear that. Say that again.
Let's go with 6 inches of goalpost, man. They're selling those goalposts. Let's bet a piece of the goalpost.
You donate $500 to Arkansas NIL if Oklahoma covers.
And
are we there? Are you agree?
If Texas covers, we'll go ahead and pull the trigger on that 6-inch piece of goalpost you were going to buy a while ago.
Yeah, so either you buy it or I'll buy it. That's the bet.
No, I'll tell you what. We make that bet. We'll proclaim that when Texas wins, you go on your radio station and tell all your fans what a better program Texas has than Arkansas's got.
And you'll do what if Texas
OU covers?
If OU covers, what are you going to do?
Well, I'm not going to buy any part of the Arkansas-Tennessee goalpost, but I'll make a contribution to Razorback NIL.
We got to have a figure.
Yeah, what's the number? How much are you going to donate to Arkansas's NIL?
Conversation's really slowed down.
I mean, this really wasn't.
Yeah, it's really slowed down.
It was another BS call. Yeah. There was nothing here.
I mean, a minute
ago, just
came in hot.
You got nothing.
I'll bet you anything you want to bet.
Absolutely nothing.
So what's the bet?
$100.
$100.
$100.
$100.
All right.
Hey, we'll have a Texas fan donate $100 to the NIL.
I don't think those for all the bravado that you come in here with. I don't think those stakes are high enough.
I thought you were really confident, Brian.
What?
I thought you were really confident. You can't. I'll bet you whatever you want to bet. Let's go 200.
250. 250.
250. 250.
All right.
All right.
250, and what are you going to give me? That's it. That's all.
I'll talk about how great a program. I'll talk about how great a program Texas is if they cover.
And how about Sam Pittman and Bobby Petrino?
Now see, now you're just throwing stuff in there.
Well, I don't want to make stuff up. I mean, Texas is a great program. I don't mind. I don't mind talking about that, but I'm not going to make things up that Petrino and Pittman are terrible because they're not.
Well, wait. Let's see. And from last year to now, Texas is 17-2, and Arkansas is what, 8-10?
We're not talking about Texas and Arkansas. We're talking about a 15-point spread in the Red River rivalry, and you called in here saying, I'll bet you anything you want to bet, but evidently that doesn't include anything over $100.
We'll do the 250.
All right, down for 250.
There we go. We got a bet.
Can I?
All right.
We'll
Set
just
this
stop
right here.
there. We won't even try to milk any more.
There you go. It's 8:09 Thursday morning. If OU covers, Brian's going to donate in Ozark $250 to the Arkansas NIL. If Texas covers, I'm going to get on here and talk for what?
Couple of minutes.
2 minutes about how great Texas program is.
2.5 minutes.
2.5. All right.
Say you're going to
250.
You're going to sing the eyes of Texas.
Well, I don't know.
Well,
maybe. I mean, I'll read the lyrics.
Do that.
I'll read the lyrics.
You can read it in 30 seconds and it's over.
Look, I'll fill
You
the
don't have to say things you don't mean. Just read the lyrics.
I'll fill the 2.5 minutes.
Fair enough.
It'll be good.
Fair enough.
It'll be worth 2.5 minutes. And he's going 250 to Arkansas NIL. Look,
what's the money line on that game? Go ahead, Bo.
I was just going to say we can raise. Look, we're doing it today. We can raise some NIL money here.
You think so?
Oh yeah. We can do it.
Texas is minus 835 on the money line.
What's Oklahoma?
Oklahoma plus 420.
Oh, wow. I mean,
that's a
see there's some value there. Some value there.
Maybe we just do our own 50-50. Maybe we just do our own thing right here on the show.
We certainly can.
The Chuck and Bo 50-50.
Certainly can. All right, so this one, there's no confusion about this bet.
None whatsoever.
Not like the other one.
So
we need to make sure our bets are clear moving forward.
That's right. So if Texas covers the spread, which is at 15 points, if Texas covers 15 points, then Bo, you have to talk about how great a program Texas has for 2.5 minutes.
Right.
If Oklahoma covers the 15 points, they don't have to win the game. They just have to cover the 15 points.
They can lose by 2 touchdowns.
Brian has to donate $250 to Arkansas's NIL fund.
And he's got to prove
Arkansas
it.
And he's got to prove it.
We're going to have receipts.
Yeah.
We're going to do a wire transfer. We'll have the Arkansas Edge live on the show.
We'll go to Ozark.
Accepting the wire transfer.
We'll go to Ozark.
We'll go to Ozark.
We'll get video. We'll get video.
We'll send some people. We'll send some people.
Well, I meant the collective we.
Who's going? Bart?
Yeah. I mean, I'm not going, but I think collectively we should make certain we have video on that. Everybody's suddenly looking at Edward. Poor Edward. Poor Edward's the last one in, or at least in terms of he started a 3 weeks ago.
Right.
So, do you know where Ozark
been
is,
here a
Edward?
week.
It's right. I mean, you go down to I-40
He's an Arkansas
and hang
guy.
left.
He's from here. He's an Arkansas guy.
I'm just saying, we're Ozark.
We're not hiring people from the north and stuff around here.
I didn't mean that. I didn't mean he came from up north. I just meant I didn't know if he knew how to get to Ozark.
You know what?
You go to I-40 and hang a left.
You know what dawned on me when Bart was talking about this bet is how openly we talk about betting now. And it was just a couple of years ago, you had to use other words let's make a friendly wager. That stuff's out the window.
Gone.
It's out the window.
Gone.
I remember years ago when I did my first live read for a gambling operation. I got a couple of phone calls.
That was the number you would call to get tips.
It was like an offshore number.
Right.
I got a couple of phone calls informing me that if I continued to do that, there would be certain things I would not be able to continue to do.
So you had to weigh that because they paid you well.
I had to weigh that.
They paid you well to do that.
Oh, they were
That's the only way they could get on the air.
That's exactly right.
Pay a lot of money.
They would pay 2 and 3 times the normal rate. Because they knew that's the only way you would air their ads.
Jonathan
and you
Stone.
made them pay up front.
Jonathan Stone with Stone Cold Locks. 1-800.
That's right.
Stone Cold.
That's right.
I've got a heater tonight. I'm just sitting on it. You call my number, I'm going to make you so much money.
$2.99 a minute. For $2.99 a minute.
I sound a little bit like Randy Macho Man Savage.
A little bit, yeah.
8:13 on the Chuck and Bo Show. Good morning.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Guys, first and foremost, congratulations on the official launch of the Chuck and Bo Show. I want to know, how did you guys decide which name went first, Chuck or Bo? Was that a flip of the coin?
First Security is about more than great banking. Yes, we provide the financial expertise, digital tools, and everything else you need when you need it. But we also go all in on local support with friendly professionals, plus convenient locations all across the state. Because we believe personal banking is better banking. Visit fsbank.com for details. That's fsbank.com for friendly, local banking with First Security. Bank better. Member FDIC.
I always enjoy talking about Weichert Realtors, the Griffin Company. If you followed my radio career, you remember they were partners on the original sports rap radio program over 20 years ago. We've done business together from an advertising perspective, but more importantly, they've been my partners in buying and selling homes. I'd recommend them to anybody. They're in Northwest Arkansas, the River Valley, and in Branson. Weichert Realtors, the Griffin Company, turning houses into homes since 1978.
Arkansas's one-stop automotive shop is right around the corner. Fayetteville Auto Park. FayettevilleAutoPark.com. Chevy, Toyota, Honda, Acura, Collision Center, all in one place. And if you're shopping pre-owned, Fayetteville Auto Park has you covered. With so many new cars sold, we always have a great selection of fresh trades. Why settle for anything less than the best? Fayetteville Auto Park, West Showroom Drive in Fayetteville. Proud sponsor of the Chuck and Bo Show.
It seems like everything is more expensive this year, but replacing your AC doesn't have to be. If you need to replace your AC this summer, before you commit, price check with Paschal. You can save money and use the professionals to replace your system. Enjoy the peace of mind knowing you chose the best option for your home. Visit GoPaschal.com and with just a few clicks, see how much you can save with the Paschal price check. Paschal Air, Plumbing, and Electric.
Got a hands to the face.
We are possibly entering what could be a golden age in Razorback athletics.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Got a hands to the face and hand in my eye, kind of cut it up a little bit or whatever.
What's on sale
and
at Wheeler Power
couldn't see for the
Sports?
rest of
Many
that
new
drive
bikes,
really.
quads, and
And then
side-by-sides
after
from
that drive,
Kawasaki,
went to the
Suzuki,
sideline.
and Polaris are arriving
got a
weekly.
bunch of
New
eye
to the
drops,
dealership,
bunch
the
of different,
Polaris Ranger
water, all different
XD
type
1500,
of stuff,
Kawasaki
and
Ridge
squirted
with a
in my
full
eye.
cabin, HVAC, and the all-new Brute Force 450. Plus, we have rebates and dealer discounts totaling as much as $6,000 off certain side-by-sides. WheelerPowersports.com. Wheeler Power Sports, keeping the good times rolling since 1967.
Hi, this is Lindsay White with White Office Machines. For over 90 years, my family's been serving the greater Fort Smith region with the image industry's newest technologies, as well as providing superior customer service through long-term business relationships. As the area's only authorized Kyocera document solutions dealer, White Office Machines provides the best value with high-speed copiers and the latest multifunction printers. Stop by our office in downtown Fort Smith or in Russellville. Follow us on Facebook or go to whiteoffice.com.
White Office Machines since 1929.
Remember the classic Massey Ferguson tractors, straightforward, dependable, tough as nails, and easy to run? It's those classic models that inspired the Massey Ferguson 2600H series, as durable and reliable as the classics, with up to 74 horsepower and more comfort so you can work harder. The Massey Ferguson 2600H series. It's everything you want and need in a tractor. See one at Bush Machine and Tractor Company or visit bushtractor.com to learn more.
Come celebrate autumn in the natural state with Crabtree RV Center in Alma. Crabtree RV Center is having their big fall sale October 10th through the 13th. There will be special pricing and door prizes along with our experienced, knowledgeable staff to help you pick the perfect RV for your family. Come see why we've been voted the best of the River Valley in Northwest Arkansas. So mark your calendars for October 10th through the 13th and don't miss out on the big fall sale. Crabtree RV Center, making your family's dreams come true for over 70 years.
You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3. The Chuck and Bo Show.
I'm a diehard Cowboy, and I'm with you 100%. But predicting the Super Bowl,
I'm there.
Fan, you know,
I'm there.
I believe in curses.
Cowboy fans,
But I do
Arkansas
believe-
fans, all the feels of Cowboys are going to Cowboy again.
Nah.
Arkansas going to Arkansas again.
This is the year.
Chuck, we have our first in-studio guest of the Chuck and Bo Show.
I noticed that. This is a big moment.
Sawyer Radler.
The first guest?
You're in studio.
In
Oh, wow.
studio.
Right.
Yeah.
Nobody sat where
that's
you're
quite
sitting
an
right
honor.
now.
I've got you in the booster chair.
I don't have
over
any
there.
idea what it looks like.
Nobody's been in that spot before.
It's good to be back. It's good to be back.
How's it feel to be back in this studio where you
This is a
built
throwback.
Sports Talk?
Yeah, this is a throwback. Seeing Edward, Bart, everything in this room. This is good memories, man.
Sawyer Radler, the GM of Hogs Plus. Sawyer started as an intern when he was a golfer at Arkansas State. Started as an intern helping out with the old sports talk show, Chuck.
I know.
And then he, quickly ascended into running the show and also taking days off, saying that he had something come up. And I was like, yeah, we'll just make sure everything's covered. He's like, I got it covered, but I had something come up.
Bo
The
tells
next
his story
day,
every time.
I look in the newspaper, and Sawyer's holding his pose on the tee box at the Fayetteville Country Club member guest tournament.
The Fayetteville
His
football.
name,
something came up.
His name's in the paper.
Fayetteville football.
Something came up.
Yeah. Partner Drew Stewart back in 2013.
Well, he's playing in the FCC four-ball, man.
That's a good.
That's what it
do you
was.
expect?
It was the FCC,
That's a big
the
deal.
famous, notorious FCC four-ball.
Yep.
Most guys can't make it to Sunday in that tournament.
No.
We should have won that year.
IV
We should have
stations at the
won.
first tee. You had a good time. You guys.
We had a great time. We should have won that year. It still bugs me that we didn't. Yeah. But I got the picture in the paper, and you keep reminding me about it. So thanks.
No, it's fun. It's good. I should have
Ferris
framed that.
Bueller's Day
That's
off,
right.
man,
Yeah.
right
for
there.
awesome. Yeah. Yeah.
So, Saul, we want to talk to you about Hogs Plus, but you were just dropping your son, Finn, off.
Yeah. I catch
That's
you
good.
guys.
How old's Finn now?
Finn's 7. He's in first grade at Holcomb Elementary. I catch you guys in a window usually when I'm dropping him off.
Yeah.
So he gets to hear Chuck and Bo.
That's
And-
good. You're bringing him up right.
Bringing him up right. And he
It's
always.
not going to be our
a lot of
fault.
great
I
dads.
mean, when it all goes south here in about 10 years, it's not our fault.
Yeah. So this morning, you guys got the AI voice guy, which I love, and he was just trying to imitate it. And I said, I got to record this. So he did this.
The Chicken Boo Show. All you get is nothing, just junk.
Unprompted. So you guys might want to work that into the
All
imaging.
you get is nothing.
The Chicken Boo Show. All you get is nothing, just junk.
So he was clearly listening to the Brian and Ozark
Yeah, he
call.
caught Brian
That's
right
what it
before
was.
this. Yep, that's it.
That
yeah.
all you get is nothing, just junk.
Yeah.
That's Brian and Ozark.
That's
What was
funny.
the bet up to? 250?
Yeah, he's
Is that
going
what
to
he went?
donate $250 to Arkansas's NIL if Oklahoma covers the 15-point spread.
Yeah.
And then I got to talk about Texas for 2.5 minutes, glowingly. If Texas
This is
covers.
not a gimmick. This is not a gimmick for NIL.
this is must watch the
This
game
is,
at this point.
Yeah,
This is important now.
That's good stuff from Finn.
Oh,
By the
yeah.
way, greatest name, Finn
Finn.
Radler.
Yeah. Finn actually, I mean, he was, I got married. The show captured a lot of things over my life. Finn being born. I mean, we were all over that. Getting married. Finn was in this studio right as a baby, so.
I'm really
Good
proud of
times.
you for making a name for yourself other than I'm Alyssa Orange's husband.
I still haven't got there.
Okay,
bro. That's what it is.
Well, you're working your way
That's,
there.
I don't
that's
think
what
it
you're
was-
known as.
Pittman sees Sawyer around, and he still doesn't know that he's the GM of Hogs Plus.
No,
he's
he's-
like, "What's
Hey,
Alyssa's
Alyssa."
wife doing around here? Husband doing around here? What's Alyssa's husband doing here?"
I would say that's accurate.
Yeah. So you were behind the scenes.
Oh, yeah.
Down on the field.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me about what you saw.
Yeah, I was in the north end zone when the storming happened, but I was all over. Actually, we had a piece of the 1999 goalpost that I had with me in the stadium. I had to return it to its owner, so it was cool having that piece of history there on the same night that the other, the goalpost came down. But it was incredible. You just got to kind of brace yourself when the storming happens and you got a camera. I had a couple interns working. And it happens. You just gotta kind of make sure your equipment's good and then just sit and hold. That's what I've learned.
Yeah.
Kyle Parkinson took a big fall and got pretty banged up.
Really?
Yeah, you got to be
I
careful.
saw him yesterday.
Yeah,
He
I've got a
looked
little
like he
bit
was
of
doing
it
okay.
on video. It was crazy, man. We've been going through the footage. We have access. We get to hear sometimes what the coaches are saying in the comms.
Yeah.
We put that in the follow. There's some cool moments you're hearing.
Really? You're
from
hearing
Petrino
play
and
call
T.
type stuff?
We don't dive into the play-by-play, but just like like Malachi, like Coach Petrino talking to Malachi right before the final drive and seeing what he said. Getting to kind of see things you're not seeing on the broadcast. We get to cut up to Chuck every once in a while. You guys had a good quote about being nervous heading into the last drive.
Yeah.
Everybody's kind of just holding their breath.
No, that's cool.
But yeah, that episode comes out tonight, so it's going to be a fun. If you're a fan, we're actually going to send it to all the fans that were in attendance. They can watch it for free if you're not a member. But we've got.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm. We're going to do that tonight.
That's
So.
pretty cool.
What time?
Hogsplus.com.
Just
if
all
you,
night?
you want to check it out.
The other thing we get to do is we get to sit down with the players every Monday after a win. We select a couple guys, And you get to learn a couple things. It was really chippy before the game. There was a couple rumors about kind of what was happening between Tennessee players and Arkansas.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if all of them were true, but it definitely there was some intensity that we got to talk to them about. And then Landon told me that he actually played the game practically with one eye, which I didn't know. He got poked on the first drive, and I got a clip here that he told us about kind of what that was like.
Got a hand to the face and hand in my eye, kind of cut it up a little bit or whatever, and couldn't see for the rest of that drive really. And then after that drive, went to the sideline, got a bunch of eye drops, a bunch of different, water, all different type of stuff, and squirted it in my eye to try making it feel better. I was really scared at first. I'm not gonna, because I couldn't see out of it at first, and I could only see out of this side, and it was like just water and a light, and I could feel it, but I couldn't really see out of it. So I didn't know how bad it was or what. And then I got to the sideline, and once I started putting all the eye drops and stuff in it, I was like, all right, I think I'll be good.
See, Chuck, 2 dirty plays in the game. Somebody tried to poke Landon's eye out. Landon Jackson. Yeah. And
not
then trying to take the quarterback out.
It's not for the meek. That's for sure. That's but that's going to happen. You get a hands to the face. That's why it's a penalty, because you can have happen what happened.
This stuff is like you never
really
hear.
good.
You never hear about it. Like you don't know anything about it. Like one of the things when Sawyer and I were working on Hogs Plus at the outset is like every school should have this. Like you should be able to see some things that you normally wouldn't get to see. Access is a risky business. Like coaches, they don't want to get burned. Totally get that, and so it's difficult. And to your credit, you've earned a lot of trust to be able to go in there, Saul, and show things that fans otherwise wouldn't get to see. And I hope more people realize that you can go access this stuff. And some of it's free, some of it's paid, but it's like $8 a month. I mean, to have access to things you would never otherwise see at Hogs Plus. So kudos to you guys. But just from a educational standpoint, you can learn so many things about the game. Just the things you're telling us here this morning, which, by the way, this is so cool. I feel like David Letterman, like we bring a guest on and he brought a clip with him. Like this is like Jimmy Kimmel stuff.
We have to accommodate him.
Yeah, it's fantastic. I brought a clip.
Help it out.
I'm going to be starring in this movie, and it's going to be great.
Let's run a clip. Yeah.
By the way, do you want to talk about the goalpost?
I do.
Okay, so you just did Haley Ordway produced it, but the film Redemption, the 99 season win over Tennessee, which, by the way, great timing.
We tried to sync it up.
Great setup.
Yep. Hopefully it contributed to some of the
It
vibes.
worked out well.
And it did.
Worked out well.
Great setup. Had the sequel right on time.
Yep, we did. And after releasing it, we've put out some clips on social media. I don't want to reveal too much if you haven't watched the film. We do find out where one piece of the goalpost was, a significant piece. But
because people have asked for years, like what happened to the goalpost that they carried down to Dixie Street?
And there have been 1,000 different stories about where
everybody's got a story. The guys we actually talked to didn't know exactly. They were unclear about what piece they had. We kind of, in doing the whole project, they got to learn about, this was not really from what I thought it was. But we did have some developments yesterday on actually where the signed goalpost might actually be. So we may do some bonus content if we can.
Wow.
Are you going to reveal that?
Do you think I should?
Well, I mean,
nothing is confirmed, but we
there's
believe
a
it
rumor.
is. There's a rumor.
You're chasing down a rumor.
We're chasing it down, so I haven't seen it.
That it's at an adult establishment.
Yes.
Is that right?
Yes.
And you're chasing the rumor down, and you're going to be the investigator.
I was going to say, how exactly do you chase this rumor down?
That's where we're going.
Yeah.
Sawyer Radler's on your side.
This is about setting you up. This is what it boils down to.
It is. And this has come from a Facebook post, so.
Well,
you know how reliable those are.
We know
but
it's true.
The mind is prone to wander.
The other thing, too,
goalpost at an adult establishment.
Yeah. And we believe
changed is it one that's changed names several times?
Well, I think a few. The ones that I know of in the local area, I think have changed names a few times.
You were awfully quick with that answer.
I get how that can be misinterpreted.
But, I don't ever see that place unless I'm in the drive-thru at Slim's.
If this rumor is true, it's in favor.
Right across the street.
Yes. Okay. It seems like that. Yeah, that's where we're headed.
All right.
Wow.
That's where we're headed.
We're headed.
That's where the story's taking us.
Yeah, this is
business trip.
Fascinating.
Business trip.
So we just knock on the door and.
Now the hard part.
Just like.
Yeah, I haven't
Hey guys,
got, quite got
I hear
there.
you got the goalpost in there. Oh, who's that? Oh, what's going on in here?
Yeah, there might be some more signatures on there since it's
Maybe you
landed.
should leave this up to the professionals at KNWA News.
I'm sure.
Maybe
Yeah.
let your wife handle it.
No, it sounds like something you should do without even talking to your wife.
I probably wouldn't even bring it up.
Yeah, I wouldn't even bring it up.
I'd probably get to
man.
the bottom of the story
That's
before I even
right.
brought it up.
Yeah.
Now,
We'll
you
see.
guys are doing great work, man.
You really are.
And you've done so many things for us, the show, Chuck and I, all the things that we've been involved with over the years.
Sawyer's
behind the
about
scenes.
as good as there is.
Well, thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you for saying that,
really
and
are.
I'm pumped that you guys are back on the air doing this stuff.
We did the Houston Nut Hog Pod a few years ago, and Nut called me and he goes, "Hey, who put that thing together? Who made that sound like that?" I said, "That's Sawyer." He hadn't stopped talking about Sawyer ever since.
yeah.
I mean, that's everything you do, man. That's great.
And you know,
thanks for saying that.
The game within the game. Sawyer's brother Thatcher is
Yeah.
the one
Oh,
who
yeah,
runs,
Chuck gets to hang out
mans the controls for our coaches shows at the Catfish Hole, and when we do what will
As
now
a hobby.
be.
He does it as a hobby.
Well, we'll now be live with Coach Cal.
He's
at,
looking- yeah,
Sassy's,
it's gonna
and
be
he
fun.
is Thatcher is really good. I mean, from the first time out, there. You know, some guys need to get their feet underneath him. He had his feet underneath him when he walked in the door.
He builds houses, right?
Yeah, and
he does this for fun, and he just kills it.
He's audio engineer, live music. He's done a lot of.
He's great at everything he does. Is he better than you?
Oh,
Like
yeah.
just
When
in general speaking, like he's just everything he touches turns to gold.
In certain areas, golf
You know-
course, no.
You know, there it is. About 7-8 years ago, I stopped complimenting you to your dad because he looked at me and said, "Well, you need to pay him."
Oh, jeez.
That's funny. Yeah, there you go.
That sounds like my dad.
What a guy! What a family! Hey, man, good to
Yeah.
see you. Thanks for stopping by.
Thanks for letting
Thanks
me
for
pop,
all you
pop
do.
by.
Thanks for
real.
all you do. You
Keep
do a
up the good
wonderful
work.
job.
We'll do it again. We'll have
Love
you
to
back.
come by. We
Yeah.
could have fun, do some fun stuff on here.
8:30 on the Chuck and Bo Show. That's Sawyer Rather, GM at Hogs Plus, hogsplus.com. The follow coming out tonight on the epic win at Razorback Stadium last Saturday night.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Rick's in Fayetteville. Rick, you're on the Chuck and Bo Show.
Hey, good morning, guys. It's a privilege to talk with you guys, and I love the Razorbacks.
Man, I've got some good news. Sweatinum Cosmetic is not just for females. Turns out us guys want to look and feel good too. Why be tired, lethargic, and overweight when we don't have to be? Sure, diet and exercise matter, but there can also be a lot more going on. For example, low testosterone is a real thing among many adult males, not just the old guys. I've heard about the weight loss shots and the low T ads before, and I've been skeptical. But then I stopped by my friend's office, Dr. Jeff Sweatinum. He showed me around that first-class facility and said, here's what we're doing for guys. It's called the Sweatinum Edge. You make an appointment, get a free evaluation covering 4 potential issues: hormones, weight loss, hair loss, and skin. Find out where you are and decide if treatment is right for you. Log on to SweatinumCosmetic.com, SweatinumCosmetic.com, and click on the Sweatinum Edge, or call 479-966-4174 and tell them you heard about the Sweatinum Edge on the Chuck and Bo Show.
I like craft beer. I do. You guys always think I'm like the biggest dork on the face of the earth.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Touchdown, Arkansas!
We fought back. We took a punch, and we answered back.
He's going to go! Johnson's at midfield, and there he goes! 98 yards. Keith, I saw it, but I'm not sure I believe it.
Listen to every Razorback football game this season right here on ESPN 95.3 and hitthatline.com.
Got a few skeletons in your closet? Want to seal your past criminal charges? Need to clear up some current ones? I'm Jackie Mock with Mock Legal Solutions. Fines and restitution add up. You need an attorney to help you navigate the justice system. But how do you pay for it all? At Mock Legal Solutions, we offer flat fees and payment plans, so you can get back on track without selling a kidney. Now that's a monster of a deal. Call today for a free consultation. 479-769-1505. Mock Legal Solutions. Real advice, reasonable price.
Who can you trust to sell your home for the most money with the least amount of drama? You need a team of agents with decades of experience, commitment, and of course, tens of thousands in marketing. I'm talking about the Limbird team. Tara Limbird, Limbird Real Estate Group, has sold over $1 billion in real estate. Tara's team can give you a cash offer in 72 hours, or use Tara's high-octane marketing to sell your home quite possibly for thousands over asking. Find out more at LimbirdTeam.com. LIMBIRD.
At Dobson Fiber, we're helping you build stronger connections by bringing the fastest internet network available to your business. Why fiber? Fiber internet provides reliable, symmetrical, blazing speeds. Without any interruptions or buffering, you can rely on Dobson for all your data needs. With Dobson Fiber as your premium internet provider, you can focus on the things that matter and the connections you build. To see if fiber is available to you, visit Dobson.net. Dobson Fiber, building stronger connections.
Whether it's torque, horsepower, or just extreme work, diesel trucks do their job. But when your diesel truck needs maintenance or repair, it's time to head to Extreme Diesel. Everything from standard maintenance to extreme repairs, including injector testing. Extreme Diesel delivers. They have the tools and service for your Cummins, Duramax, or Power Stroke. You trust your truck to deliver on your needs, and you can trust your truck at Extreme Diesel. 6630 Alma Highway between Van Buren and Alma. Check them out on Facebook or give them a call at 651-3363. They're bilingual, now offering CP4 solutions for both Chevy and Ford.
Walk-Ons is always a win. Whether it's for a post-game celebration, drinks with the crew, or an easy weeknight dinner, Walk-Ons has you covered. Scratch-made dishes, wall-to-wall TVs, craft beers and cocktails. Dig into their mouth-watering menu items like po' boys, gumbo, and voodoo shrimp, plus fan favorites like juicy burgers and fresh salads. Find your nearest location in Rogers, Fayetteville, Fort Smith, Conway, and Little Rock, or order online or in the app. Walk-On Sports Bistro for the win.
Your home is your biggest asset. So when you decide to add a sunroom, a patio cover, a new driveway, or new windows, you need to call a company you can trust. Sawyers has been part of your community for over 30 years. They're insured, licensed, and have 100% financing for all of their products. Take all the worry out of your next project. Call Sawyers and let them handle it from permitting to completion. Sawyers, serving the River Valley and Northwest Arkansas with a full showroom located in Fort Smith or online at sawyers-sunrooms.com.
Precision Garage Door features the finest quality materials, installation, and service for all your garage door needs, including garage door repair and new garage doors and openers. Fully licensed and insured with the largest showroom in Northwest Arkansas at 1907 Town West Drive in Rogers and in Fort Smith at 416 North 10th Street. Call Precision Garage Door today at 844-PDS-DOOR or check them out online at PrecisionDoorNWA.com. Financing is available. Precision Garage Door, voted best garage door company of Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley.
You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
I got two things I want to talk about real quick, and I'll get out of your hair.
We don't have any hair, Sterling. Another great line. Thank you.
That's a good pun there. Nicely played, Sterling.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
A lot of reaction to the goalpost. Where they might
I'd
be.
say.
Somebody said it's going to be hard getting those goalposts out of there with all the other poles in there.
Yeah. I'm just going to stay out
Kids
of
are
this
at school, right?
Yeah.
Kids are already at school,
I'm just
right?
gonna stay out of this.
David, you're not. You just act like you are. David and Cersei, you're on the Chuck and Bo Show. Good morning.
Hey, guys. Just a little quick thing here. I'd like to say that I really enjoy Brian's calls and the fact that he has enough intelligence to listen to a good show in the mornings. And I understand where he's coming from because, there have been a lot of great people come out of the Texas program. If Frank Broyles like Darrell Royal, then Darrell Royal's all right with me. But I doubt if Brian even remembers Ted Coy, Steve Bartleson, Johnny Lamb Jones. I bet he's never even heard of those people before. But I got to give it to them. They've had a lot of great players and a lot of people come out of that program. But I will say this. If Vladimir Putin and Kim Jong-un got up a football team, I would pull for the commies and the Ruskies before I would ever pull for anything that wore a longhorn on their helmet. I would pull against them with every breath of air I could muster out of these razorback red lungs until I was laying in the floor choking on my tobacco. Thanks.
All right, David, laying down the law.
I'm not getting involved.
Yeah. There are just like it's text after text.
Cringe.
Lots of plays on words on the text line right
Cringe,
now.
Cringy.
Yeah.
Cringy.
Right. Lots of puns.
FCC is on line 1. Several organizations are on line 2.
Yeah. But hey, at least we have an idea where that goalpost is.
Yeah, let's talk
I've
politics.
always wondered.
Let's talk politics. 877-377-6963. I'm glad you're here for the Chuck and Bo Show. It's been an event today, I'll tell you.
Well, let's
It really has.
let's think about what's happened today. We've had Travis Williams on. We've had a revelation about where the goalpost from 1999 really is. Sawyer Radler's been here. We made a big bet with Brian. Tried to buy a piece of the goalpost. Got turned off by the extra charges.
The service charge.
And so Bo's going to walk down there with $500 cash.
I know.
It's been a lot happen over the last 2 hours and 38 minutes.
Listen, I mean, we are not here to play around. I mean, we are here to bring it.
Clearly, that's obvious.
By the way, we got a new voice guy on the show. Saw's 7-year-old Finn.
That is funny.
The Chuck and Bo Show. All you get is nothing, just junk.
Finn's going to be around to take our jobs here in about 15 years. You
That's
understand
fantastic.
that, right?
I mean, that was fresh off of Brian's call.
Yeah.
The Chuck and Bo Show. All you get is nothing, just junk.
Now, does that come from Sawyer or does that come from Alyssa?
The personality?
Yeah.
It's a combination.
Combination of the two?
It's a combination.
Yeah. It is, but it really was. In all seriousness, it was a real thrill to have Alyssa's husband here today.
Yeah,
it really was. What was his name?
Sawyer.
Sawyer.
Yeah, Sawyer Radler, husband of Alyssa Orange.
Yeah.
She's at the Olympics. Saul is not.
Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't get invited.
They didn't get the spouse rate on that. She didn't get to take her
Well,
spouse.
yeah, it's the companion pass on
Oh,
Southwest,
okay.
right?
All right,
Get a companion pass.
Do they fly to France?
I don't know.
Just say when, man.
Yeah. Have you ever done that deal where you drive over to Tulsa to try to take a Southwest flight somewhere? And you
Yes.
Did back
this,
in the
this
day.
year. This year.
Really?
I've done it as recently as this year.
See, I'm just not sold on that. How much did you say?
Yeah, not really.
Oh, I saved a couple $100.
Yeah, but the time you lost and the energy and the
that's fine.
and the
It's-
driving
it's
and
fine.
the in and out of there.
Hey, it's
that
easy
airport
drive.
and then just like,
I wouldn't have done it for that.
Just go to
Didn't have to park a car. Didn't have to pay for a hotel. Just
Spend
stayed
your
with my
money in
family.
Oklahoma. Yeah, just spend your money somewhere else.
I didn't spend a dime in Oklahoma.
Well, you did too. You drove through the state. You paid that toll to get over there.
That's fair.
Yeah. Slobber and Hogs back on the court. They raised $1 million for NIL with the Slobber and Hog.
You got Slobber and Hog back.
We got goalposts for sale. 6 inches of goalpost, $500. So Bart, you said earlier, like the autograph pieces weren't readily available to purchase
Didn't see
online.
an option. They might be sold out, but there was no option to purchase them.
So you're not sure if those are autographed or not, the ones that we were trying to buy?
There was no
The
indication that they were.
All right. Well, all the more reason for me to show up with a stack of cash in person.
Yeah.
Be like, hey.
You going to take 5 C notes? Or you going to have assorted bills?
Yo,
How you going to work this?
Yeah, no, you got to be like professional on this deal.
Yeah.
You don't want to take like ones.
No, I understand all that.
That's the kind of deal you do when you got to pay somebody.
No,
like
I
if you
understand.
lose a $500 bet to Brian and Ozark, you show up with ones. 500 ones.
Yeah, that'd be bad.
But on this deal, you want to come in and
you want to be the man.
Yeah.
You're the boss.
Don't wear
boss
your,
move.
Yeah, but don't wear your sunglasses inside.
No.
Just
No,
go, just,
no, don't do
just
that.
Be, just normal, but hey, I'm serious. Here's the money in my hand.
But when you walk up to the desk, be sure you walk up there letting them know that, you mean business. I mean, you got that walk that says, hey, look at this guy. And he's got something to say.
You strike me as the person, Chuck, that can get in anywhere.
I don't know about
you
that.
act like you know what you're doing.
I don't know
And
about
you just
that.
maybe you got a C note in your hand on the way in, and they let you in.
Yeah.
So you've talked about all your experiences in Baton Rouge. We hadn't really got into it. You just mentioned that you had them all.
Yeah.
And Baton Rouge hosted a big game. Ole Miss this weekend. Of course, LSU comes to Fayetteville next weekend. Last year, I went to the LSU game with friends who are LSU fans. They got us reservations. VIP reservations because of a connection they have at the place called the Supper Club. which is an exclusive
Sounds
place.
exclusive.
Like, you got to get in there like a month or two, and you might not even get a reservation. So they get us in. And we're halfway down there, driving down there, and they said, "Did you bring any pants?" And I said, "No, it's 100 degrees out. I'm not wearing pants." They said, "Well, you need pants to get into the supper club." I thought you would get on the website and look at it. I did not. We'll pull it off. It'll be fine. No, sir.
I was going to say you were denied entry. I would
Denied
imagine.
entry, and everybody, and everybody, we all went and ate it like Longhorn down the street.
Man,
I'll never
letdown.
forget it.
What a letdown.
Jay Alexander actually is what it was.
Wow.
Jay Alexander's is good.
No,
Haven't seen one of those
It
in a
felt
while.
like Applebee's after being turned away from the supper club.
Jay Alexander's is all right.
I was distraught. Can you imagine?
Well,
Can you imagine
like-
being the person though that kept everybody out of a meal that's supposed to be the meal
You're a
of your
grown man,
lifetime?
though. You should always travel with one pair of pants.
100% life
Always
lesson.
just one pair of pants.
Life lesson.
You may not wear them.
That's true, but I also feel like if you invite somebody to a place like that, it is your responsibility to tell them, hey, you need to bring a pair of pants.
Some things you shouldn't have to tell people.
No, it's
I
not
mean,
like, hey, Bart, you should take a shower
ask you a
before
que-
you come.
would you-
It's a totally
goes
different.
without
That's apples
saying.
to oranges.
Would you look
You're
at
not
me?
dealing. No, not with a guy. Now, if you're taking a female and she says, "All right, give me the lay of the land. I got to figure out what to wear." That's one thing. Guys, figure it out, man. Bring a pair of pants.
Yeah, that's fair.
I just
appreciate
think
you.
I just think that if you invite somebody to a place like that, you need to let them know that there's a dress code.
I appreciate
You're the perfect
you
host, though,
stepping
Bart.
up.
You're the perfect
I
host.
appreciate you stepping up.
I try,
and saying
Chuck.
that.
You do.
But I mean, I think if you look at me, you think there's a grown man that knows how to dress and go to a nice restaurant. I mean, like I would think I don't need to tell Chuck, hey Chuck, yes, I got you that reservation. Make sure you wear pants. I don't have to tell him.
Well, you're in a foreign setting. You're not in
Baton
your
Rouge
hometown.
is foreign territory.
Yes.
I will say that.
You're not in your
And that
hometown.
place
You're
has
going to a
no
place you don't
business
know
being
anything
there.
about.
Yeah.
You gotta, as a host, you gotta
Well,
let.
I hear
let
where
your
you're
guests
coming
know.
from, and I'm going to cite this NIL thing at walk-ons. You know, Bart and I walked in, got there at the same time. What was it? A pullover we had? I think I might have been wearing a ball cap.
Well, that
Walk
was
in
the
and
Make-A-Wish
Bo's-
thing, by the
Yeah,
way.
yeah,
Make-A-Wish.
Make-A-Wish thing,
Which
yeah.
is turning into.
I'm sorry, but yeah, it was for Make-A-Wish, and Bo walks in a tailored suit, and Bo didn't tell anybody that he was going to dress up that night, and Bo was kind of the host.
I had a sports jacket on.
Bo invited us all to come, and he didn't say, "Oh, by the way, I'm going to be dressed a lot better than you guys."
Yeah, well, that was on purpose.
He didn't say anything like that.
That was on purpose.
But I get where you're coming from. But in this case, every man should know carry one pair of pants.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that, Chuck.
Never
I think
leave
that's
home.
I think that's accurate.
Well, it
Never
sounds
leave
like
home
you're being
without.
disagreeable to me, boy.
Never leave home.
I'm just
without
saying
your
both
pants.
things can be true.
Bring your pants. First Security Bank, Pasco Air, Plumbing and Electric, Fayetteville Auto Park. They wear pants at all those places. Flight by Yingling, pants. Weichert Realtors, the Griffin Company, pants. Wear your pants today. When's National Pair of Pants Day?
I don't know.
Not today.
I have no idea. I'm sure Bart will alert us when that day arrives.
8:46. It's the Chuck and Bo Show. Good morning.
Hey, good morning. Bo, it's good to hear you back on the radio, man. I missed you in the afternoons, and you guys seem to be gelling right along. So it's good to hear both of you
thanks,
on morning.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Ty Story, high school football coach and former college quarterback.
I love coaching, but it's a lot more fun after LASIK. Now when I'm coaching, I can focus on my players and not my eyes. After LASIK, my eyes are even better than before when I had glasses or wore contacts. The McDonald Eye Team was great. They put me at ease. I couldn't believe how well I was seeing the day after surgery. Good vision and good football go together. I'm really glad I trusted my eyes to McDonald Eye Associates.
See your best with safe and affordable LASIK from McDonald Eye Associates. Register for your free consultation at mcdonaldeye.com.
Being a Razorback fan isn't just about the game. It's about the community, the tradition, and the moments that matter. At Blakeman's Fine Jewelry, the official jeweler of the Arkansas Razorbacks, we understand the importance of those moments. That's why we offer a selection of fine jewelry that goes beyond the ordinary, just like our hogs. Visit Blakeman's Fine Jewelry in Rogers, where you'll find the perfect piece to celebrate your Razorback spirit and the special moments in your life. Blakeman's Fine Jewelry.
Flight by Yingling. It's the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yingling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass. Raise the bar. Flight by Yingling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yingling and Son Incorporated. Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
What's your Oaklawn? Is it hitting the slots for fun and high fives? Or having a round at Silk's Bar and Grill before the action? Play your way at Oaklawn's 24/7 non-smoking casino. With 1,500 slot machines, live roulette, craps, and blackjack, a sports book where you can watch and wager on your favorite games and live entertainment at Pop's Lounge, you'll never run out of fun. It's time for more winning and more excitement at Oaklawn. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-522-4700.
Hey, Razorback fans, it's Quinn Grovey alongside my man, Matt Zimmer. And it's a great time to be a Razorback. Embrace the ho! Whether it's a touchdown, a slam dunk, or a grand slam.
Big Susie, they were doing all the stuff. I went in there to get something to eat, and they're cheering. I'm like, what is going on here?
We're here with the excitement and insight you crave.
Well, you're giving me goosebumps now, you know.
It's the Razorback Daily from the team at Sport and Store.
That might be our best episode ever.
Available wherever you listen to your podcast each morning.
The tailgating scene on a perfect fall day in the natural state. Calling the Hogs with 75,000 plus as the Razorbacks run through the A. And all the things you love about football game days are near. Football season tickets are now on sale for marquee matchups against LSU, Ole Miss, and longtime rival and new SEC foe, Texas.
Slant, caught, touchdown, Arkansas.
Experience game day on the Hill and secure your seat and tailgating space by visiting ArkansasRazorbacks.com or by calling the Hogs at 800-982-HOGS.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Thank you all for your show. It's a great format in the morning. It's really nice to have knowledgeable people to wake up to and listen to. So thank you all.
The best selection of RVs is now even better at Wheels RV in Springdale. Wheels RV has added Brinkley RVs to the already loaded lineup of Grand Design and Forest River products. See the Brinkley Model Z, the latest innovation in luxury fifth wheels. And like always, every new RV comes with a lifetime warranty, so you can camp with confidence. So stop in and find out why Wheels has been voted best RV dealer year after year. Wheels RV, 5 miles west of exit 72 off of I-49 in Springdale. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV.
Bet Saracen is Arkansas's #1 mobile app for placing sports wagers.
There's big news in the mobile sports betting business. Bet Saracen was just named the 15th largest sports book in America. That's because Arkansans like to do business with a winner. Find all your winners on Bet Saracen. Download it today and look for my RR prop bet specials. I pick them, you win them.
Bet Saracen is Arkansas's favorite sports wagering app.
Gambling problem? Call 800-522-4700.
Ladies and gentlemen, Adventure Dave will be attempting his greatest stunt yet. He will jump over 100 boats, ATVs, cars, and trucks.
The thing is, people know Landon, and he's a really good player, but he's a humble guy that comes to work every day.
Well, Tom, Adventure Oklahoma is your one-stop shop for adventure, plus no one else would let me jump over their boats and ATVs.
Adventure Oklahoma by Auto Finders has it all. Brand new, used, that's right. CF Moto, Arctic
Dodgeball, bringing them over the house.
All with a free 5-year warranty. Only offered by Adventure Oklahoma. Plus G3 boats, Suncatcher pontoons, and Falcon bass boats with delivery up to 100 miles away. The lowest priced pre-owned vehicles in the area with 90 days to your first payment.
That's right. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a date with Destiny.
Yes, and what a jump it will be.
No, the jump is tomorrow. This is Destiny.
See y'all later.
Well, until then, visit Adventure Oklahoma in Roland. Brought to you by Auto Finders. AutoFindersOK.com.
Your journey starts here.
You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
Are you doing give him a fist bump and raise your fingers
They
out?
just kind of look at you
something
like, hey,
big
cool.
thing?
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, he's a bro.
You're a dude.
He's my bro.
Bro.
Yeah.
Chuck told me,
bro,
don't call me bro.
yeah.
Y'all need some help.
I said, we were having some discussion off the air with it, and I said, bro. He goes, don't call me bro. Do not call me bro.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
The Bro Show.
Broheem.
Chuck and Bro. T-Will, Arkansas defensive coordinator Travis Williams was on the show earlier talking about Landon Jackson, among other things.
The thing is, people know Landon, and he's a really good player, but he's a humble guy that comes to work every day. A lot of times your best players like your prima donnas, man, that dude, they'll come to work, and it's like he'll run in there and he'll take on a pulling guard or a tight end coming back across 100 miles an hour at practice. And I look at Coach Adams like, hey, but he doesn't want to get out, you know. So that's our best players come to practice. That's why our defense is playing the way they are.
I mean, there's a lot to be said for that. Like, that's not just some, light comment. Landon Jackson's a first-round draft pick.
Oh, yeah.
When you have guys like that and the other guys that are playing well on defense like that at practice, I mean, you get what you're getting from Arkansas's defense. 33rd in scoring defense in the country. And you're factoring in things that weren't their fault, like giving up the ball inside the 10-yard line at A&M. 30th in run defense, 39th in total defense, 14th in passes defended, 33rd in the country in third down defense. I mean, and that's playing some teams now. They've played some teams.
That third down conversion percentage on defense, you compare that with they're over 50% on offense, 53% on offense, 33% on defense. You can win a lot of ball games.
You can catch that entire interview on the Chuck and Bo podcast, which is each hour of the show. So just go to Spotify or Apple Podcast and look for the Chuck and Bo Show, and you can listen to it there. I'd feel bad if we got out of here today and we didn't mention happy birthday to Dale Earnhardt Jr., who's 50.
Wow.
50.
That's hard to believe.
Little E's 50. Brett Favre's 55. Is he still doing those copper tone knee brace, like elbow brace type things that you get at Walgreens as seen on TV?
I don't think so. I think he's struggling right now for media deals. I do.
He was at the Touchdown Club, had a shirt on, said everything hurt, and then he revealed like a week later that he had Parkinson's.
Yeah.
Mario Lopez, 51 years old. Happy birthday.
National Angel Food Cake Day.
Well,
I like a good slice of angel food. Yeah,
do you?
I like a good slice of angel food
What's
cake.
your favorite cake?
Well, pound cake. I like it simple.
Cake, yeah.
I like a good pound cake. Yeah.
National Cake Decorating Day. When's the last time you decorated a cake?
I don't know that I ever have.
Clearly you weren't a Boy Scout.
Nah. Boy Scouts don't decorate cakes.
Yeah, they do.
Really? Maybe your
It's
Boy
like,
Scout troop
no,
did.
it's like
Mine didn't.
the
we
lad-
were learning to whittle, chop down trees.
Safety, circle of safety with your knife.
Build a fire,
Yeah.
things like that.
No,
they
they had
didn't
the
teach us how to
lad-
decorate a cake.
The lad and dad cake bake.
I don't know. I must have missed that week.
National Walk to a Park Day. Chuck Stone, he might have done that yesterday.
I did walk.
I said,
this
Chuck,
was the
where are
day
you? He
before
said, I'm
yesterday.
driving around a park. I said, get out and walk.
Yeah, well, and then
Said,
he
I'm
said,
thinking about it.
He said something else after that too, but trying to shame me into walking. It didn't work.
We'll try and do it again tomorrow at 6 a.m. Chuck and Bo Show. Morning Rush coming up.
You know, there's a sense of pride when it comes to things built in our state. And you can add Flyway Brewing to the list. A craft